shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. That's really loud. Happy Thursday to you. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break from 1040 O Street here, 11th and O. Come on by. Coffee opens up at about 6:30 for the mill. Have a cup of Joe. Sip, how's it going today?
It's going, Jake. Jake.
Can you hear?
Yeah, you got me in. You got me a cup of coffee. That was good.
My headphones are extremely loud. I'm trying to make
019er. 019er.
Your headphones good?
I couldn't be better.
I feel like I'm about to go deaf over here for how loud these are.
Do I need to
No, this is mine. I think it's over. This is me. I'm figuring it out.
All right, let's get this figured out. We got to get this plane off the ground.
The plane's off the ground. We're good to go. Bill is back. Good to have you back, Bill. We missed you yesterday.
Thank you. It was very kind of you to miss me.
It's good to be missed,
We talked
right?
about you as if you were dead. I don't know if you...
Yes. Well, I did.
We gave you we gave you a tribute, and some people, Keith Mann among them, texted me and said, "You're acting like Bill's dead."
So, in your place for Bill's Thrills, we did our favorite moments of Bill's Thrills. We didn't do our own sips. Like we can never keep up with Bill and do our own version. We'll just ask which was your favorite ones of the past. So we did.
We have some. Were there some textures?
Oh yeah, a lot of textures.
And now that we mention it, when Bill does pass, we will do a tribute.
Thank you. Thank you.
A Bill's Thrills tribute.
Yeah.
We just kind of warmed up for it. We don't plan on you passing.
Yeah, we hope that's not the case, Bill.
You're in good health.
We're getting morbid here again.
You're fit.
I feel good.
Yeah, you're fit.
Feel very good.
You're doing the band workout.
Doing the band workout. I got some reps in this morning already. It's very awkward doing it where people can walk by and see you. So weird.
Well, you could take it back to the back room.
But no, we did that before, and that's when all of a sudden, hey, Bill, we're on the air. Because you remember you.
How about like back here though?
I don't know.
Just behind this here.
Everything's gotten a little awkward.
Everything's different here.
Everything's different.
Who pulled up the shades?
That's Josh's job. That's part of his opening gigs. Is at 5:55. He's in charge of opening up the shades.
I'd like Josh to be a little more mindful of when I come in, so I don't.
Yes.
I'm when it's 10 degrees, I don't want to be standing out there like a waif.
Yes.
Trying.
So the old building we had access to.
Yeah.
When we got to the studio, we could walk in. Here you can't.
Yeah, there is no need to get let in.
You have to pound on a window. That's our system.
I noticed today you guys were looking at me.
I saw you over there saying,
"Yeah, you're just looking at me."
Yeah, so I had to post like
that.
that.
Josh finally got over there.
We have a breaker out there.
We have a breaker
we got
out
a breaker. What's going on, man? Good to see you.
Yeah,
he's not waving.
He's not waving. Yeah, not waving. Not that into the show.
By the way, we need more people with signs out here. Well, we haven't had our college game day moment yet of breakers out in the back trying to get a word out there. We haven't had it yet.
Do we really need signs?
We need signs.
Yes. Okay.
We need signs. Because I can flip the camera out to O Street. We could show the signs, or you could stand right behind us and have the signs too. Like that's the beauty of this place. We can get multiple cameras going on.
Well, this is a beauty, all right.
You're on camera everywhere here.
Yeah,
I was in the back room. Also, I looked on the TV. I could see Jake. I'm like,
Bill goes to the bathroom. I'm on camera.
Come on,
privacy, guys. Yeah. Come on, privacy here, please.
It's odd to have a camera on you all the time. We're like Big Brother. We're like the show Big Brother. Everywhere we go, we're on camera.
You see Bill in the break room.
Yeah, making my coffee. Come on.
I'm going to have more money if we're going to be on camera.
If we're going to be, yes, exactly.
Yes.
Early break, Big Brother.
Yes, we did. Really? Let's get to some actual idle chit chat on this fine Thursday.
Their sports takes are great,
generally speaking,
but the random conversations are even better.
I don't know if you want to talk about that on the radio.
Hey, you just did.
You just did. I mean, we're not just talking amongst ourselves.
It's time for Idle Chit Chat on Early Break, sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care.
Now, this is just an assumption, but Bill, you usually are full of idle chit chat, and you were gone yesterday. So, is there something in the last 2 days that has got your mind going for idle chit chat?
Sipple is distracted. He's watching TV.
Yeah, just turn this way.
Turn that thing off.
I can't turn it off.
That gets them distracted.
You need to
I
just
had
look
I
this
had a little
way.
bit of drive time yesterday, so I started thinking about, again, TV shows came up. I thought, what if two things?
Yeah.
What if the show, not our show, the entire everyone on the ticket. So we're talking Vershawn, we're talking Farley, everyone on the show, and we did a reality TV, and also we did Survivor.
That'd be awesome.
It'd be awesome. Or if all of a sudden, Naked and Afraid. Naked and Afraid.
Just a couple of us, we'd have to determine who's going to do.
Yes, that'd be a couple to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yes,
I wouldn't want to do that.
I don't think
Let's
Naked.
volunteer sip on that
But
one.
wouldn't Survivor be awesome?
Survivor.
Can you imagine being on an island with Farley? That'd be incredible. Trying to and being separate tribes.
Yeah, that
And
would be.
trying to stay on. That would be incredible. It would.
I've never watched Survivor. I've seen Naked and Afraid.
Survivor, when it first came out, with the first, well, it's been on now for like 30 seasons.
It's going like 30.
But like the first several years, it was incredible. Came on like in the 90s, and it was just incredible to watch.
So I would ask you, do people still watch Survivor? It has been going for like 25, 30 years. Are people still watching? I want to know the viewership from then to now.
I don't-
in between.
Yeah, I don't watch any of it, but I'm not down on it. I just don't watch it.
Yeah, I'm not down on it.
Yeah.
Don't hear that.
But someone must watch it because it's still on.
Absolutely.
It must be.
So it's getting ratings.
That's
There's no
the
chance
answer.
like it gets no ratings,
Right.
but we're just going to play it anyway.
That's
that doesn't
right.
happen.
Right.
Because Gilligan's Island was killing it, and they still cut that after like 5 years.
Yeah, and you never.
That was only 5 years it lasted for?
Yeah,
Are
like
you
4 or 5
serious?
years. This is incredible.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Really? It only
Yes.
lasts. Well, you can only do so many episodes.
I don't know.
I mean, you can only do so.
when the headhunters show up, it's incredible. They had banana cream pie and coconut cream pie every day. The professor was in charge.
That's the life right there.
They were on an island for 5 years with the radio always had batteries. It was incredible. God, it was so much fun to watch. Ginger wore
And they had
evening
the-
gowns
yeah.
all around the island.
around
the island.
And there's always the
the debate.
the debate.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Yeah.
Survivor.
So you
With-
have tuned into Naked and Afraid before.
Oh
Is
yeah,
this
I used to
multiple-
watch it regularly.
This is a show of
My
yours.
Ron watches it. My dad watches
Ron,
Naked and
Ron
Afraid.
watches Naked and Afraid.
Yeah.
I would never have pegged
He got
that
very upset one time because the guy's like was outside. He's like, "Son, it's just getting me. I'm getting sunburned." My dad's like, "Get out of the sun. Just get out of the sun." And he didn't. So he laid around for like 2 days.
Jake, it is an amazing show.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
the
think
stuff
I've
they go
watched
through.
one episode
Think
ever,
about
so
the-
that's probably enough.
Think
for
about
me.
the concept. What are we gonna do? I don't know. Let's just get two people,
Throw them out into
throw
the
them into
into the
Let's see how they do.
African jungle
go naked.
where they're and hey, you got to walk through this little river where there's snakes is bigger than you. Like
And they're all poisonous, and they all
Yeah.
want to eat you.
Yeah.
All of them.
yeah, and, you know,
It's a great concept.
Oh, it's wonderful.
It is.
Yeah.
I got nothing close to that. I did mow my lawn in glorious broad daylight.
No,
yesterday.
not the 8
so
p.m.
no
mow.
evening lawn care.
No. I just
Report
mowed
that
the
to
back.
Greg. Report that
I
to
did.
Greg.
I already did. I
Now,
did.
now, you said you had a moment of clarity when you mowed at nighttime. Did you have that same moment of clarity when you mowed during the broad daylight?
No, I was in a frenetic. I was just in a, you have days, I'm sure you guys both do, where you're just frenetic. I got so much done yesterday within 6 hours. It was almost mind blowing.
It is fun when you hit those days. It's like, wow, I'm just checking the box. I'm getting a lot of stuff done. Boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom.
yeah.
You
That was
feel
one of
pretty
those
good about things.
Yeah, you do. You do.
A couple texts here coming in on the text line 402-464-5685.
I love
Someone says, how has Bill not been on Survivor yet?
Yeah. How have you not been?
I don't know.
I would think you would apply for
I'd
this.
like to apply.
Let's do this.
I would like to apply.
Let's do it.
I'd like to. be
Not
on
me.
Survivor.
You. I mean, when I say let's, I mean
Either that or Dancing with the Stars.
that you would be. Would you be good at that?
I'd not really, because I would be okay. But when you watch them, the younger people are just so much better. Just to see like an old person out there is just not that great.
Would you button your shirt all the way
I would
down?
wear the same shirt you wore in here the first day we're here. The club shirt that you wore the first day, unbuttoned.
That was
all
a
the way
beautiful
down to
shirt.
your-
It's not what
Yeah.
I was referring to.
It was
but
lovely.
I would wear that.
John in Des Moines says that Gilligan's Island was only for 3 seasons, and then it got canceled.
How can you
How
cancel?
the hell would you cancel that show? Great theme song, great
Okay,
show.
but they would keep playing the reruns, right?
Oh yeah, that was an after school just
right. Staple.
sensation. You couldn't wait till there was a thing on the other day on the World Wide Web that talked about how the ship that the boat that they were on when it crashed, it only went like 8 miles an hour. So the farthest they could have gotten away was like 50 miles. And they're like, the guy says, I'm starting to believe this show isn't even real anymore.
I don't know if
They're on some little boat with a millionaire lovey.
I got to push back on one thing.
But
I don't ever remember a time where I was like, wanted to run home and watch it. I was really looking forward to it. It just seemed like it was on. And then
No, I was looking forward to it.
Really?
Yeah, 100 just to see what they invented. 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and then see what's going on with the Brady Bunch right afterwards.
Yeah, and the Brady Bunch was the same way. It was never anything I was like, okay, hey, Marty, brother, let's get home and watch Brady. It was just on.
You didn't care when the Brady Bunch, when they got lost in the Grand Canyon?
You're about to defend Bill over here. Bill's getting mad.
I'm not saying the show was bad. It just wasn't anything I would look forward to.
I look forward to
Kent says regarding Gilligan's Island, Bill, there was an episode where they did recharge the batteries.
Seriously? The professor built a generator. He did. He built a generator.
Did he?
Yeah. See, they remember it.
Tulane Tanner says Bill just said World Wide Web.
Yes.
he's a very particular person. He's got to explain things once in a while. Okay, a lot of people say that Survivor is a show we should watch more often.
Okay,
I'm not going to.
What channel?
I'm going to get CBS.
I think it's
on
CBS.
That one. Yep.
Huh?
And East Lincoln West says, "Oh Lordy, Naked and Afraid. If you guys are naked on camera, the Breakers will definitely be afraid."
Yes.
Oh, come on.
He's right. We almost had to do the show with our shirts off there today because Jake had it. It's like 80 degrees in here.
We will take them off
right now.
Like that.
Right now, 66. Nice.
Thank you.
Are you cool? Are you comfortable?
Feels good.
I love cool weather.
Yes, it's wonderful. Okay, that's Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by our friends at Newton's Lawn Care, who I'm told a message here. They say sign up for a 2024 fertilizer program and receive a free winterizer application this fall. Call or text 402-440-6297. Newton's Lawn Care, our sponsor of Idle Chit Chat. Okay, this weekend, we want to do a dive on some games in the Big Ten that matter. And I think that my question for you guys is this at 464-5685. How much will we learn this weekend about how truly open the Big Ten West race is?
Question.
Now, it's only week 4 of the college football season. But you have a pretty important game, I think, tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Wisconsin is at Purdue.
Great game.
Both those teams have had some issues so far. Purdue has had a loss to Syracuse last week, a decent Syracuse team at that. Wisconsin is 2-1, but they have not looked exceptional through 3 games so far. So begin with that game. I mean, how much, what do you expect to see in that game? I would ask you first, Bill.
I don't know the injury situation. I am as I told you before, a Wisconsin fan because of my allegiance to Coach Fickle, who I've worked with and spent some time with him this summer up in Wisconsin. My prediction is Purdue wins.
Really?
They're at home. My prediction is Purdue wins.
Oh.
They've looked good enough. There's times in that Syracuse game they made a couple of costly turnovers in the red zone, and so I think it's a very even game. And so I'm just going to go a little bit from the home team being there, and I think Hudson Carr, the quarterback, he's been more impressive actually than the quarterback from Wisconsin,
Tanner Mordecai.
Tanner Mordecai,
SMU transfer.
And so I think it's a great game to watch. Fired up to see it. I'll be watching the whole thing. But I do like Purdue in this game. But it does tell you a lot because once again, when you just start going through and you start saying, how in the world can we beat Purdue? Well, you can. Just look at this. Look what this the eyeball test. How in the world can we beat Northwestern? Can we hang in there with Northwestern? Mm-hmm. I think you can. Wisconsin, from what you've watched, was like, we can't play those guys. I want no matchup with them. Nope, not true. Illinois, same thing. So I think right now the West is probably as down overall as it's ever been.
It feels like it at the worst time ever. You're about to embrace, embark on a new adventure where you have 4 new teams coming that are playing very good football. Right now in the Pac-12,
mm-hmm.
and your West, your comfort zone is going to go away after this year, and they all suck at this point.
It's a different situation because of
they don't all suck.
We had that discussion here, and I'm always big on schedule, right? Schedule. Well, now it's a little bit different for, like, just say Nebraska on who they play every year. And it's also the other way for the teams. Imagine being, like I said, Indiana and Rutgers. And every year you play Michigan, Michigan State, Penn State, Ohio State. Mm-hmm. Just imagine that every year. And then what's your crossover? Their crossover could be Iowa, could be Nebraska, Wisconsin. So there's a lot of things to it. So this year's schedule would most likely be the best schedule per logo that Nebraska ever has. Because next year, They're going to all of a sudden you're not playing Northwestern next year. Probably not playing maybe a Purdue next year. All of a sudden you might be at Washington in a USC. We don't know what it is because they had to tear it up after the last two teams were added in.
Right.
But the schedule is going to be harder, and it's also with no divisions to finish in the top two. So your best chance to get into the championship game is this year.
Yep.
It's your best chance.
Sip, do you feel the same about Purdue, Wisconsin as Bill regarding Purdue winning? It is in West Lafayette, so it's a home game for the Boilermakers.
Wisconsin's a 6-point favorite. Just I don't know. It feels like a pick'em game to me. I mean, if you're just looking at pure coaching matchup, I like Fickle versus Ryan Walters.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
I tend to lean towards Wisconsin. Again, 6-point favorite. It'll answer some questions. I think
I just base it off a few things. One, the Washington State game Wisconsin battled back, but it looked ugly. The Buffalo game was ugly, and Buffalo hasn't won a game. They got beat the next week. Buffalo gave up 40 to Fordham.
Hold on now.
Gave up 40 to Fordham.
I thought Wisconsin. I know what you're going to say. Everybody says it. Well, Georgia Southern had 6 turnovers. I thought Wisconsin looked like they were turning the corner in the second half of that game.
The same thing can be said against Buffalo, though. The first game, they actually ran the football well. Second half against Buffalo, they ran the football well. Second half against Georgia Southern.
I think they're turning the corner.
It could be. Like I said, if someone says, "Hey, who do you want to win?" I want Wisconsin to win.
Mm-hmm.
But I would still. I'm picking Purdue, but it's a pick'em game.
Allen?
I think it's gonna be a. It's gonna be probably 26-24 on walk-off safety.
Now,
walk-off safety.
If that happens, Bill.
Craziness.
People are going to say, "Well, what's next? What's next?" If you call off a walk-off safety for an actual way to win a football game, and it comes true, whoa,
7 p.m.
tomorrow night. So that's a big one in the Big Ten West.
Is that on BTN?
It must be.
Do we know that?
Let me check for you real quick.
Yeah. Then, while you're checking that, Minnesota plays Northwestern. We don't need to get into that one too much. I think Minnesota's a 12-point favorite.
They'll grind that one out. It'll be a
grinder.
It'll be a 26-9.
FS1 for Wisconsin, Purdue. That's
FS1.
It's actually
That's Fox Sports
6
1.
p.m. kickoff.
What? Say again?
6 p.m.
Oh.
So Wisconsin, Purdue tomorrow night, 6 p.m. FS1.
We'll drive that into people's heads because I think we said 7.
I know. 6 o'clock.
Yes.
6 o'clock tomorrow night. You can watch Wisconsin and Purdue.
I'll tell you what would throw me for a big loop. And it'd throw you guys for a big loop. Iowa could change the whole conversation if they beat Penn State or even play them close.
I would agree.
Penn State's a 15-point favorite as of right now. Iowa has 3 key players out with injury. Luke Lachey out for the year, the tight end. That's a tough injury for those guys. That's very tough.
It is. They got a running back.
But
too.
that's what I'm saying. If you're right, if they lose Lachey and they hang in that game to the fourth quarter, it's tight. I mean, that changes, I think, the thoughts in Iowa.
I see Penn State the same way I see Michigan, that they play small ball a little bit, and that's a great thing. But I see a little bit that they're also not a team that's just ramping it up and down the field.
Penn State.
Yeah, they're taking their time on offense. They have a new quarterback. You watch them; the score just kind of methodically has gotten bigger. It's not going to be a 28-3 game at halftime.
You know what though, Bill? They've scored 30 points or more like 10 straight games.
Yeah.
So they are putting. They're not putting 50 up.
Yeah, they're not seeing their. That's what I'm saying.
But they're putting 30 up.
There's a pretty good chance that the score at halftime will be extremely competitive. Pretty good chance.
You know what I think? And the reason I said it would throw me for a loop if Iowa beats them or pushes them, because I think Penn State's going to drill them. I mean, I think this could be.
What's your prediction for a score there, Sip, for a drill?
I think Penn State could win this game like 37-12. That sort of.
It is their whiteout game.
Yeah, it's at night.
Is their whiteout
game.
At
night. I think Iowa's going to go get thumpity thump.
Yeah.
I do. I think that's what's going to happen.
Easily could happen. I think it'll be a competitive score at halftime. They'll kind of grind it out, feel it out. I think it turns into a
hammer.
28-12. It's kind of what I think it's going to be. 31-12.
Okay. So we're almost on the same
win
page.
for Penn
And right
State.
now, which is fun because you just want to follow the Brian Ferentz scoring board. That's fun to follow.
He's plus from last week. They had 41 points in that game against Western Michigan.
Okay, he's plus.
I did hear on a podcast also that in his contract he gets to count defensive scores.
Does he?
He gets the defensive scores. I'm not sure how that works.
Okay, well,
yeah. So the team just has to average what their points are.
Now that would, but again, if Iowa looks good and would win the game, it would throw everything.
Be a massive.
Yeah. Now there's a hidden. Something snuck up on me last night as I was looking at this stuff. This is not Big Ten West, by the way. Does it stamp in a low-key way Maryland's arrival as a program that they're 7.5-point favorite at Michigan State?
Yeah.
That's a low-key stamp of arrival.
They have the best quarterback in the conference, Talia Tagovailoa. Or you could argue is the best quarterback. Maybe not for sure, but definitely in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
They've got good receivers out there. I mean, their defense is not horrible. They have a respectable defense. So Maryland has been trending up the last couple of years. But the problem, as Bill keeps pointing out, you point out, Sip, is that it's still Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan. You can trend up all you want. You can be the fourth best team in that division, but good luck getting past fourth for anybody besides
the new
top
change that no one's more excited than Maryland.
Yeah,
Indiana, Rutgers. They're like, you just been taking it
We're
just
out of prison. Let's go.
Now all of a sudden
Escape Shawshank.
Now we're playing. Yeah, now we're playing Northwestern, Purdue. Sometimes you'll play one of them probably every year, but it's a big difference.
Oh, yeah.
I will say this: I would bet that Mark D'Antonio does a great job. Yes, does a great job of burying the ball.
Really?
He'll take that. I would imagine that they got thumped by Washington. Been through all the stuff with Mel Tucker. It was the first game without him. They'll bury the ball. Meaning that you just move on. Just bury the ball. Game's over. That thing's over. Doesn't matter. Doesn't affect the Big Ten. Move on to get a fresh vibe. A lot of coaches have done that forever. And so that they'll just say, hey, listen, we're just burying it. A lot of times they come in the next day. They just move on to the next game. Like, yeah, there's always things you can learn, but it's like just to get a vibe of, hey, we're refresh. I think that's going to be a great game. I think the Michigan State Maryland game will be a great game. Yeah.
Michigan State, that's a 2:30 p.m. game on Saturday.
They're kind of through right now. It comes up occasionally, but right now it's like I didn't look at any Mel Tucker stuff last 2-3 days.
No,
it's like
not either.
No, he's
kind of you know the deal.
The deal. He's done. He's fired. He's out of there. And they kind of move on. And with that, I would much rather lose my coach than I would my quarterback.
Hey, think about something. This is a life discussion. I bet you. Okay, when that story came out in USA Today, it was the Saturday night after Nebraska Colorado game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it hit USA Today that night, and it must have felt like Mel Tucker's world was caving in. Right.
Mm-hmm.
What you tell people in that situation is, Mel, this will be over in a week. Just weather a week. People move on quick.
They do.
That's a huge story. It was sort of it really.
Have we mentioned Northwestern in the last 3 weeks?
We have
nothing.
No, we haven't at all.
Fitz could come in here and get a coffee. But what's up, Fitz?
What's up, Fitz? Come on in.
That's the way.
We didn't bring him in studio. Come on,
jobs going. Where are you looking at right now?
What's going on?
Yeah.
No, I'm doing great, Sip. I mean, that's the way life is. And if someone gets in a pickle,
a pickle,
or gets in a jackpot, just tell them, look, it's gonna be bad for a few days, but people move on really quick. Mel Tucker's sitting at a Starbucks this morning, just enjoying a cigar and counting whatever money he has
cigars
left.
in Starbucks.
He can do that.
He's getting kicked out of Starbucks.
I'm just thinking,
this cigar, hey Mel.
Sir, you imagine that one.
You can't smoke.
Mel Tucker arrested at Starbucks for what? Smoking a cigar. It sounds so good.
Oh, maybe on the pad.
It sounds so good right now, too. Nothing. I was driving this morning. I go, I wouldn't mind getting a cigar. I might stop. You gonna get coffee? I think I'm gonna stop, get a stogie. I'm gonna stop like that. Imagine me walking into what's my smoking in here right now?
Bill's just, hang on.
Which would have been if you want to talk
away.
About great radio. Just go. Imagine radio in the 70s right now with everyone in the booth, all smoking a cigarette. Every one of them just smoking a cigarette. The newsroom was people smoking cigarettes.
It happened.
It happened. Oh yeah.
Better
people on airplanes. Smoking on airplanes.
Yeah. It was the Journal Star.
Yeah.
It was not a smoke-free zone.
No.
My old boss used to smoke cigars. You knew who he was in because you could smell the cigar.
Someone's pointing out that going quickly back to the Penn State Iowa game.
Please go back.
That you predict you guys both predict a comfortable win for Penn State.
Yeah.
Now, this might not affect anything at all. Maybe it will, but they're predicting rainy and windy conditions in Happy Valley.
That plays in Iowa.
Same here in Lincoln. Might be rain here in Lincoln also, by the way.
If it kind of muddies things up a little bit, just kind of Yeah, kind of that makes a difference.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay, 28-10. 28-10.
Still a comfortable win. They cover 15 points. Okay. Before we get to break, I saw an interesting text regarding a Nebraska topic here real quick that we have watched the first 3 games. I think this is Joe in Boulder, but I don't have the number saved for some reason. So I believe this is Joe in Boulder.
Nice, Joe.
He says, a random thought that I had. Everybody said Heinrich Haarberg looked better because he played a lesser opponent. Can you honestly say that the Colorado defense is significantly better than Northern Illinois or not?
No, not right. I mean, there's some things about them that they were better in the back end than what Northern Illinois was.
Yeah,
but
probably
Northern Illinois is probably a little bit better up front. Yeah. But when you really sat and watched them, it was just, I mean, coming into it, it's like, boy, they're front. I didn't see it to that extent. But were they playing? Was Jeff Sims at Colorado playing against an SEC defense? No, it wasn't. And you saw that the first week against TCU. Mm-hmm. They gave up a ton of points and yards, and they did the same thing to Colorado State, who was 0-1.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And they gave up a ton, and they'll be in a pickle against Oregon this week.
How big of a pickle?
A big pickle.
Really?
They had giant dill.
Really?
Yes.
Have we seen the spread in that game?
But he's not wrong. He's not wrong that it was so much different. But you always have to factor a couple things that was different. It was always like, how do we win this game? Northern Illinois, you never were worried about how do we win this game. It's like after 1 minute of the game, it's like they have no chance of losing this game. Really. They have no shot at losing this game.
No,
and it was at home, and that's a big difference.
Yeah. It's interesting, Bill. I think we might have talked about yesterday, or I talked about with somebody. Nebraska coaches are going. I think they're going out of their way to say how good Northern Illinois is, and I think there's a reason. I think that they do that to pump because they probably know that people are saying Northern Illinois is not very good. They're kind of diminishing the loss. I think they recognize this team needs confidence. I think that's behind. We've noticed Rule talks about a lot of his players as NFL type players or as having that sort of potential. I think it's all designed to pump confidence. And I've never seen it as kind of in your face at Nebraska that I see it now, where they do it like Tony White was talking about how good Northern Illinois is, Satterfield, Rule. I think it's a message. My guess it's a message from the head coach. Talk about Northern Illinois. Tell everybody how good they are. Don't diminish this loss.
Yeah, and which is a good. There's never a time when everyone when I was coaching on defense, is like everyone we played is like, oh well, they cause problems.
Yeah,
that's an issue. There's never a time when it's just like whatever.
No, but they don't have to go out of their way even after the game to do it.
Yeah. Because offensively, Northern Illinois is potentially the worst offense to ever play at Memorial Stadium, ever.
Rocky Lombardi is still throwing incomplete passes.
You couldn't come up with one. There's no one else.
Let me think.
I got one. I have one. In the bowl era, Nebraska played Idaho State and won 73-7. That offense was horrific.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
That was bad. That's it. That's number 2, though.
Or that's FCS.
Right, FCS. Okay, that's fair. That's
FCS.
Fair.
So FBS.
I'm trying to think if there's a. What about the Michigan? Oh God, this is not going to be a good. This is not good for Rocky Lombardi.
Yes, because it was him.
What about the Michigan State team that came in?
So Rocky's had 1 and 2.
He's 1 and 2. He rolled in with his 46%.
5 years separation. He's still 1 and 2 of the worst.
2018 Michigan State.
They put up 6
really worry
points
about
in Lincoln.
them.
6 points.
Yeah.
Poor Rocky.
And who was the quarterback?
Rocky Lombardi.
The same guy.
He did come in as the back. He was the backup, but he played.
He did.
Played a lot.
That was not good.
So no,
those are 2 that come to mind.
Yeah, they're gonna struggle racking the points up. Yeah. Remember, they got 11 versus Southern Illinois at home.
Yeah, I don't know who they play this week. We'll have to watch that. Maybe I'll go to DeKalb.
You should go to DeKalb and watch them play.
That'd be
fun.
Let's see if
take a road trip. Imagine all of us in the stands.
Yeah.
400 people at the game. Who's there? Had the ticket.
Why is the ticket?
The ticket there.
They want to see Rocky Lombardi again.
Let's Sipple and Busch and Jake.
Start screaming. If they take him out, get him back in.
Jake's hammered.
He's waving his DeKalb like an idiot.
Why does he have a cooler? Why does Jake have a cooler with him?
He tossed the beer to Bill. And Bill just cracked it. Okay. Thank you for the text 402
Oh, I love text.
5685. Drew in Wahoo is upset. I don't read his text, so I'll read one of his texts here.
Why do you do that?
I don't choose not to read them. I like to, if it's got to be interesting to read the text.
Okay.
Drew.
So Drew, text something interesting.
Just text something interesting here.
There you go.
He asked the question: are we sure that the Huskies' defense was better than Minnesota's defense, or was not as good as Minnesota's defense? So it was confusing, his question here.
I think Minnesota's got better defense.
Was it way better than Northern Illinois?
It's better.
I would say much better. Significantly better. Yeah.
Significant.
I'm not trying to start fights with the textures here. I
appreciate
all the
Drake may just put 414 yards on Minnesota, but 414.
Could be a first-round draft pick. Drake May. High first-round pick.
Bears should take him. No, Josh.
Oh, wow. Oh, there it was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, am I wrong? Justin Fields. We need to talk about him.
Yeah, speaking of the Bears and Justin Fields,
NFL Bears.
He had a rough day yesterday.
He's a hot mess.
The press conference his press conference required a second media session. It was so bad.
Then he said he was taken out of context.
We'll discuss that next on early break.
You were just live. We just watched you live.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Summer is winding down, but there's no reason to put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Sign up today for 9-hole leagues this fall, any day from Monday to Friday, starting up September 25th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Call today at 402-742-0140.
Vershawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better, pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today. If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through September 26th are $2 off grass-finished 6-ounce fillets. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
An energy tip from LES. Schedule a furnace or heat pump check to ensure your heating system runs at its peak efficiency before winter arrives. Learn more easy ways to save at les.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Jake, you're a freaking nutcase.
Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You know, we usually save our NFL talk for tomorrow. We will have Lee Sterling on tomorrow to talk NFL for his picks and college football. We do, you know, our winners and losers on Tuesday. But yesterday there was something that was so crazy that happened with the quarterback in the NFL. We're going to bring it up right now. That Josh, our producer Josh, is a Chicago Bears fan.
Loves them.
Which I told you guys on Tuesday in winners and losers. They've lost 12 straight games dating back to last year.
That's hard.
Times are not good. Times are not good for the Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
And yesterday, they had a couple things happen. We'll start off with the quarterback. Justin Fields was talking to media, and he said that, you know, he was asked the question about what's going wrong so far this season. He says he feels robotic the way he's going through the motions. And he actually said maybe it's coaching.
Yeah, he said this.
He said,
this was funny.
Stop it.
This is funny. I shouldn't be laughing, but it's funny when you drop it at the end of the day in one sentence.
Yes.
You know things are going poorly. This is what he said. You know, could be coaching. First of all, that's an amazing thing to say. You know, could be coaching. He said, at the end of the day, they are doing their job when they are giving me what to look at. But at the end of the day, I can't be thinking about when the game comes. He dropped 2 at the end of the days in one sentence. That's usually a problem.
It's not good.
It could be coaching, he said.
It could be coaching. It's like it's just that it's such a simple thing. Like everything stays in house.
What's incredible is that this caused such a reaction for the national media and fans in general that he had to address again the media in the locker room a couple hours later, saying, "I will be better. I can be better." Basically.
He said y'all took me out of context
when he said it could be coaching. What would that be?
He also said earlier in the press conference, this is another red flag moment. This was a huge red flag moment day for Justin Fields and the Bears.
He's had a rough
He said, my goal this week is to say F it. And go out there and play football.
F it.
F it.
is the NFL.
That's Josh's boy right
This is
there.
the NFL.
Producer Josh's quarterback. Yeah. Justin Fields, everybody.
He says
F
that.
F it, baby.
F it might be coaching.
I can't imagine what his OC was thinking.
And don't forget that their defensive coordinator just shut it down yesterday.
He just left.
Just left.
He
I mean,
left
he
the building after one game and hasn't been heard from.
No, but with a note. I just left a note. So imagine walking around the Bears complex right now.
What's his name? Williams? Aaron Williams?
Has anyone seen the D coordinator? About 10 days ago, I saw him.
I think you're like,
Where's he at? What did he say? F it. He said F it. I'm out of here.
I don't want this job anymore.
The Bears are in great shape.
The Bears.
The Bears are in great shape.
His name was Alan Williams, the
Alan
defensive coordinator. He said, quote, "I'm taking a step back to take care of my health and family. I appreciate the opportunity to work with the Bears, a storied NFL franchise with a rich history." He said, "I value the NFL shield and all that it stands for, and after taking some time to address my health, I plan to come back and coach again."
Okay,
not
maybe
with the
he has a
Bears.
health issue,
No, we hope
right?
he's healthy.
Yeah.
But he's not
left.
there.
One game. One game in.
There's some rumors of a raid by the
There was
FBI, but we don't know if it's true.
No,
or
I
not.
don't think it's
we
true.
should stay away from that because we don't know about
But
that.
that's what I'm saying. If
There
it's
were
not
rumors,
true,
if it's not
but that
true,
was everywhere though. And if it's not true, that's terrible.
It's terrible.
To even put that out there if it's not true.
The feds.
And you heard, it's federal. It's federal.
It's the feds.
Sipple hit me with that one time. It's federal. Bill, it's federal. Nothing happened. Didn't even get a citation. Bill, I think it's federal. The feds.
All right, we gotta quit. We gotta quit joking around about
the Bears.
Alan Williams.
Yeah.
But Justin Fields,
We can
that's
joke
out
around
there.
all we want. He's still on the
Yeah.
team. He's still there. He's still a
F it.
starting
F
quarterback.
it. I'm just gonna play. I'm just gonna play like it's a Sandlot game.
That's when he's his best, by the way. When he's just out there running and he's not worried about staying in the pocket or being the true pocket quarterback. That's when Fields is his most
usually
dangerous.
you don't want to go through your progressions at all.
I just can't imagine
Just run,
at
baby. Just run.
at any point in time, just as you're talking to your position coach or coordinator at that, hey, just go out there and ball. Just go ball.
No.
Like that, yeah,
That's
or
what he's
maybe
saying, though.
maybe follow through and do the things you're supposed to do. That could be a big part of it.
They got to start looking for other quarterbacks.
Yeah, well, they might be on Caleb
His-
Williams' watch here. at
His
this point.
record is worse than Trubisky.
It's 5-22.
5-22.
5-22 is absolutely horrific. That's terrible.
And by the way, ESPN report in other quarterback news, the Bears released Nathan Peterman, quarterback veteran. So their backup is, Jake, help us with this because I don't think Bill would know this. Who's Tyson Bagent?
No idea.
I don't know.
That's their backup.
Josh has it. Where's
Josh
he
is
from,
good.
Josh? Where's he from?
That's their backup.
I've never heard of Tyson Badger. That's
Who's-
not a good sign. Usually, I know all the backups
I
where they
know.
went to school. I don't
I
know
some
that
idea
name.
when I hear the name.
Tyson.
Nathan Peterman is one of the. He had a rough go as an NFL quarterback. He had, I think, 5 picks in one half for the Bills one time.
That's hard to do.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. That was back when the Bills were before Josh Allen, pre-Josh Allen. He was really, really bad with them. But he stuck around for several years.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Bears 12 straight losses. Fields is questioning coaching.
Fields is it's
a good time to be a Bears
really, really, really talented. I mean, we saw him at Ohio State, and I was flabbergasted by how talented he was. Big. I mean, when he walked out on the field,
Situations in the NFL that you fall into. Just imagine if, it's like you said, what if Fields is at the Titans?
Yeah.
And they got a running back.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
That helps.
Doing this. All the
Play
things
action.
that you don't know the time that people didn't make it or to have success, based on who was around and what they fell into. Circumstances in the NFL are way different. It's
Mm-hmm.
way different. Right now, it's like, okay, what if you go to Georgia? Are you gonna have any players around you? Yes. Really good. How about Alabama? Yes,
Yeah.
really good. Ohio State, really good. NFL, you don't know that.
No, you don't.
You may fall into. You might be in a bad cycle,
Mhm.
and it goes in cycles.
And then it has, if you're a quarterback, it has a profound effect on you, obviously. Maybe that, and Fields doesn't have much of an offensive line, Jake.
No, the team is in a rough spot. They added DJ Moore, the receiver, in the offseason to hopefully help him out there, but that has not done anything so far because he's gone backwards in terms of his ability to read the field.
Josh, who do they have this week? Who do the Bears have?
I should know that.
Who?
I'll give you the Bears. The Bears play this week.
KC.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's right.
That's not good.
Where's it at?
That game is
At KC.
It's in Kansas City.
Well, I wonder.
The Chiefs are 12.5-point favorites. That is massive in the NFL. You don't see anything above 6 usually in the NFL.
Usually 6.5.
Now, tonight's game, Giants-Niners, is 10.5 favorite for the Niners. Understandably so. The Giants have been bad. Had to have a big comeback to beat the horrific Cardinals last week. And the Niners have been, of course, great through 2 weeks. That's a huge spread, though.
I wonder if be a nice little research project if the Giants stayed on the West Coast, because the Giants played at the Cardinals.
They did.
That's an interesting.
So
don't you think they did?
And they played Thursday. I guarantee they did not go home.
No.
I guarantee they stayed. They probably went to Vegas or went someplace. They stayed on the West Coast.
Maybe Reno.
Hawaii. The reason I bring up because Reno love smoking cigarettes.
Go back to Reno.
Whipping heaters.
Hawaii used to always stay in Vegas when they wouldn't fly back.
If I were an NFL head coach, I don't think I'd have my guys in Vegas.
But anyway,
there's somewhere.
It might be right there. It might be. They might have access to some things with the NFL. Might have helped them out with just access. There's plenty of access to stay right there in Arizona.
Yeah.
They probably
stay right there.
Yeah. Stay right there.
Before we get to Rick Heyman, another headline I want to read for you guys real quick. This is back to college football for a second.
Great.
Miami, Florida tight end Cam McCormick. Petitioning the ACC for an unprecedented 9th year
I'm glad
of college
he's doing
football eligibility.
He's been wronged at some point.
He is 25 years old. He is 25 years old. Started his career at Oregon. Spent 7 years with the Ducks program. 7 years. And then went to Miami. Now he's trying to get a 9th year from the NCAA.
Wouldn't you just want to move on?
I'm not sure why. Injuries. He's had injuries. He redshirted his first year at Oregon. But why would he's going to be 26 next year? He's 25 years old.
26. Well, now on the other hand, I say, wouldn't you just want to move on? You could turn that. You could flip that real easy and say, why? Why wouldn't you want to play college football? I mean,
okay, it's fine, but for 9 years?
Well, I mean, I don't know the exact circumstances, but it's not the worst life, you know.
It's a pretty good life.
Football, it's a good life.
And he's probably also going I'm not playing in the NFL. I'm not doing that.
The man's in his mid-20s. Seriously, like legitimate. He's 25 years old, going on 26 next year for his 9th year if he comes back.
It's odd. It's odd that they would let him, is what it.
I don't think that they will. He's applying for it. But,
but no matter what, he's still got 8.
And he was at Oregon for 7. He was at Oregon. He has 7 years and plays more college football. Follows Cristobal to Miami.
You imagine the equipment manager at Oregon. You're still here? 7 years? By the way, the tallest couple ever just walked by. Did you see
I missed that.
They just walked by.
What do you got for a height estimate there, Bill?
I'm going to say that the male was somewhere in the 6'9" plus. Female probably 6 foot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very athletic looking.
Wow.
Yes.
I wish I would.
Just the tallest couple I've ever seen.
All right, I got to pay attention closer to the street.
Yeah.
To the street.
Do that during the break. When we come back, we got Rick Heyman, Starter Heyman Jewelers Song of the Day.
Doozy. It's a doozy.
On Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
Acres, your John Deere dealer, is offering hot financing on all new compact tractors. For a limited time, get 0% interest for 84 months when you buy any new John Deere compact tractor. And with a variety of attachments, you'll make quick work of chores around your acreage. From mowing to grading and moving large loads, Acres has a John Deere tractor to handle your toughest projects. Don't delay. Visit your local Acres store to take advantage of this great offer. Acres, solutions for every field. Offer expires September 30th, 2023, subject to approved credit with John Deere Financial.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Haviland. This week's specials through September 26th are $2 off grass-finished 6-ounce fillets. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Accelerate your financial journey. With Kasasa Cash, experience the thrill of earning more with each transaction or the freedom to withdraw your cash from any ATM nationwide. Not to mention, no monthly service fees. It's the power of earning up to 5.5% APY on your Kasasa Cash with Liberty First Credit Union. Earn rewards beginning at a penny, continuing up to $40,000. Visit libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Account qualifications apply.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
Spring is here, and it's time to wake up Judson. Judson Irrigation is eager and ready to get your sprinkler system up and running for the season. Judson's technicians will check for winter damage, adjust your sprinkler heads, and show you how to set your controller for effective sprinkling coverage. The Judson Irrigation team is here for you. Stay safe.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Move over, Jake.
I'm moving. Jeez.
Thursdays are reserved for a man with a wider range of music knowledge than Jake could ever dream of.
This is the golden era. You would hear this on any radio station. You know, it wasn't like it is now.
Okay.
You know, you got country, you got R&B, you got pop, you got rap, you got rock. They didn't have that then. You heard everything.
A man who knows a good song when he hears it, just as much as a good diamond when he sees it.
You get a diamond!
Yes, I do get a diamond. I get a diamond, and that makes me happy.
It's time for Rick Heyman's Song of the Day, sponsored by Sartor Heyman Jewelers, on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket.
Long time waiting.
Once again, your song of the day, Long Distance Runaround by Yes. 464-568-5. 1 is bad, 10 is good. Text your rating on Rick Heyman, Sauter Heyman Jewelers Song of the Day.
Couple things, Jake. Yes, always. I would always confuse them with Rush.
I can see that with Geddy Lee. Sound like that?
Yeah.
A little bit.
I thought Yes. There were times where I would hear Yes as a youth, and I just think this band is horrendous. There are other times I think Yes is pretty good. That is one of Yes's better songs. That is one of Yes. It's one of Yes's better songs. I could get it
better than Owner of a Lonely Heart.
I couldn't stand Owner of a Lonely Heart. That was one of the songs I was repulsed by. This song I'm not repulsed by. It's peculiar to me. This song is peculiar.
Very peculiar.
It's a strange one.
It's peculiar. Creative. I could give it a 5.11116.
Okay. Bill?
Multiple instruments. I thought I heard a pan flute. What remember
is a pan flute?
Zanfir, Master of the Pan Flute.
On what show?
Well, it was an album.
Oh,
you get it on TV by Ronco.
Did you get that in Homer's?
Yes.
I
thought I heard a pan flute. Let me know on that.
Pan flute.
If I walked into Homer's, I could say, "What's the band?
What's that?
What's the band?"
Yes.
No, the band that you just mentioned.
No, it's not a band. Zamfir. He played the pan flute. It's like a
Zamfir.
It's kind of like a pan flute's kind of like a harmonica.
Okay.
Type of thing. So I thought I heard a pan flute in there. So let me know on that. I will say this,
Okay.
Rick Heyman. I've bought diamonds from you. I've bought jewelry, and I will continue to do this. But this song was horrific. This song is it's a 0.9. It's a 0.9.
No.
I love Rick Heyman.
I
I
do
love
too.
his music selections. I love everything about him. This particular song, he got out over his skis.
Give it a sub 1.
Give it a sub 1.
I gotta say
0.9.
before I get to Rick, everything you just said, Bill, is pretty much spot on. I have bought from Rick. I love Rick also.
I will continue to support.
I'm going to a 0.8 though.
0.8. Just below me.
But Sip gave it a 5.11114 something like that.
I like the name of the.
Well, hey, Jake,
I love
sick.
the name of the song. And I
What is it again?
what's Long Distance
Run Around.
Long Distance Runaround.
Yes.
Well, we are joined now on the video stream by Rick Heyman, Sauter Heyman Jewelers. Rick, good morning.
Hey, good morning. I knew you guys would hate this song.
Hey, Sip liked it though.
Yeah, Sip gave it a 5 just to be nice. Yeah, this isn't Lukenbach, okay?
Yes.
This is
not.
This is adult stuff. Don't try this at home for amateurs.
Oh.
Saying Lukenbach is
Child's play.
wow.
Child's play.
Oh, shots fired.
Okay, shots are getting
ain't
fired.
Lukenbach,
Shots fired.
Texas. I'm sorry. This is Yes. It's a completely different thing. By the way, that guy that was at where was he at? Oregon for 9 years?
Yeah.
That's Blutarski.
Yes,
Animal
0.0.
House.
Yep, Blue Tarski.
Yes.
Yep, there you go.
I got you.
Cam McCormick never wants to graduate.
Never. No, he had it made. Okay, this is a rock and roll heaven. This is Chris Squire. The reason I played this. I listen to Yes probably every day
Whoa.
on my system in my house. Just one of my all-time favorites. They're incredibly talented. Probably the most talented individual musicians in a band maybe ever. But Chris Squire was the bass player, and he was one of the original members. They had about 20 total that came and went. Chris was always there. Not only was he one of the greatest bassists ever, and that's not even in dispute, he was a rock and roll stud on stage. I mean, the guy was he wore these long jackets and big hair, and I saw him twice. I saw him on this album, which is the Fragile album, and then I saw him on the next album, which was Close to the Edge, which is arguably the greatest rock and roll record ever produced, in my opinion. But anyway, Squire, most of what you heard there was bass. That da-da-da-da.
Was there a pan flute though?
Was there a pan flute?
There was no Zamfir on that track.
Okay.
I do remember Zamfir with his pan flute. God, you watched as much TV as I
It was
did.
incredible what he could do. It was incredible.
Geez, Ampere and Una Paloma. What was the country one? Slim Whitman.
Okay. Slim Whitman was incredible.
Yeah. So anyway, Chris Squire formed this technique. He played with a pick, which is unusual for a bass player. They typically play with their fingers. He used big, heavy strings. He also was one of the first people that ever sent the bass signal into two different amps. So for his high frequency, he sent it into a guitar amp, and for the low frequency into a bass amp. And it created this very interesting, it was a lead bass. Okay. You didn't hear that back then. And in fact, it was a jazz technique a little bit back then, but he used pedals. He used wah-wah pedals. He used fuzz pedals, for his bass, and he played almost his entire career on a Rickenbacker, which is he bought his first one in 1969, and he just kept refinishing it and kept redoing it. So he used harmonic distortion. He used a lot of overtones. But no, and to answer your question, Sip, Rush came after Yes, and Geddy Lee and Rush was the bass player, and he thought Chris Squire was the greatest bass player in the world. So that gives you an idea. But
okay. Is Chris Squire?
Chris Squire, he passed away in 2015, which is hard to believe. That was 8 years ago. I just can't even believe it. So with that in mind, I got some Stump the Sippers and the coach.
Let's do it.
First one was the band's original name, Life, Word, or Mabel Green's Toy Shop?
Mabel Green's Toy Shop.
Yes,
thanks.
absolutely.
You get a diamond.
Absolutely. That was a layup.
I need a diamond.
Oh, that's in my question will be fun now.
Thank you.
Here comes the.
What is Chris Squire's
Easy
address?
Question. Easy.
Here comes some
Was
calculus.
Chris Squire's middle name James, John, or Russell Edward?
Russell Edwards.
You get a diamond.
Brilliant. We're 2 for 2. All right.
This is fun.
Back to Sip for the 3 for 3
This is
here.
fun.
Could go 100% here.
Yes.
This is fun.
And finally, are they or are they not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yep, they are.
3 diamonds. Inducted in 2017. They inducted them posthumously, however you say that.
Okay.
After Chris Squire's death, so he was not there. But yes, they are.
All right.
3 for 3.
Well, hey, I got a question, Rick. Okay, long distance runaround, owner of a lonely heart. Give me 2 other hits, because there's one I know I like.
Roundabout.
Nope.
Which was their first huge hit, and that was on this record. This was the B side of that single.
Okay, what? Give me 2 more.
They didn't. It really wasn't a hit band. Until later, when they reformed and they did the Owner of a Lonely Heart deal. That was when they were more commercial sounding. I can't even think of any other real hits. They were an album.
I've seen All Good People.
Band.
That's it.
I've seen All Good People would be one of their bigger
I think that's
songs.
a good one.
Yeah, seen All Good People.
No, that's not it either. That's actually
you know
not
that
it.
song.
I do know it, but that's not the one I'm thinking of.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
I'll look it up.
Okay. Well, Rick, what's going on right now at Sauter Heyman Jewelers?
Hey, Sauter Heyman, just down the street from you guys, 1 block away.
1 block.
At 12th and O, we've got some wonderful changes happening at that location. We're turning that into our outlet, which is beautiful, new jewelry for the most part, just never got sold, and so it has to go find a home. So those are going to be 30% off minimum, up to 75% off.
Whoa.
That's going to be a fun place to go. So keep posted for that. We'll be sending out notices on that. We have some great holiday promos coming. You're not going to want to miss that. If you want to buy jewelry for these holidays coming up, you're going to go Sauter Heyman first, for sure. Remember, breakers get 10% off. All you got to do is mention the show when you come in. We're at SauterHeyman.com. We're also on Facebook and Instagram at Sauter Heyman, and I'll post more interesting factoids about Chris Squire on my personal Facebook at Rick Heyman.
Awesome. Rick, always good stuff. Thanks for the time. We'll chat with you again next week.
Bye-bye.
That's Rick Heyman. Sauter Heyman Jewelers' song of the day was Long Distance Runaround by Yes. When we come back, top of the hour, Mike Schaefer is here in the flesh. He's here.
In the
Check
flesh.
On early
He's
break.
naked.
No, he's not naked.
and he's afraid.
More next to the ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Brian at Midwest Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com, member FDIC.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Accelerate your financial journey. With Kasasa Cash, experience the thrill of earning more with each transaction or the freedom to withdraw your cash from any ATM nationwide. Not to mention, no monthly service fees. It's the power of earning up to 5.5% APY on your Kasasa Cash with Liberty First Credit Union. Earn rewards beginning at a penny, continuing up to $40,000. Visit libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Account qualifications apply.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores. The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. But there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum. Guys, you've heard me tell you all about Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. But it's not just me. Folks all over town are getting into shape with the FXB program. Guys like Ryan, who joined at the same time I did a year and a half ago.
Yeah, Mark, I'm in better shape than I have been in quite some time. The people at Farrell's are awesome. The instructors keep the workouts fun, and the owners are engaged and committed to the success of all of their members.
The next Farrell's 10-week challenge begins on October 7th, and ticket listeners get $150 off enrollment. Just head to theticketfm.com. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs. First half of the high school football season in the state of Nebraska has come and gone. So we turn our attention to week 5, and we have you covered right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. Join me and Jay Foreman this Friday night as we bring you a Class B matchup here on The Ticket. It's the Creek Cardinals traveling to Lincoln to face off against the Thunderbolts of Lincoln Pius X. The Cardinals look to stay above 500 here in 2023, while the Thunderbolts look to bounce back after a disappointing loss at Bennington last week. Kickoff is slated for 7 p.m. from Aldrich Field, while we have pregame starting at 6:40 p.m. And you can hear all the action between Crete and Pius X unfold right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans. So I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Thursday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2 sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. New location coming to 70th and Pioneers by early 2024. And Bill, what is Steve Schindler's special today?
Blue Rock Shooting Friday. Going to get together with some guys and shoot some blue rocks. And so if anybody wants to just email in, they can come. Yes,
email if they get to the bank.
Get to the bank by if Steve said they're there by noon today to register.
Okay,
but they're going to supply all the shells. You have to bring your own gun, and so there'll be some trap shooting going on.
Okay,
they don't have a communal gun.
No, have a communal gun. We might be able to get that. If anybody has a communal trap gun, an over under maybe, let Steve know immediately. We'd like to have some. Yes.
This is urgent.
This is urgent.
It's an urgent matter.
There's some trap shooting going on in Creighton, which is incredible.
That's an unbelievable.
The stuff they're doing. It's incredible.
It's groundbreaking.
Groundbreaking. Invented bank protection. FDIC.
Amazing. Amazing.
The involvement of the people is amazing.
People. Yes, trap shooting.
Well, we are also joined for the first time in our brand new studio at 11th and O by Mike Schaefer, 24/7 Sports. Schaefer,
Shafe's here.
Welcome.
Yeah, this is there's a couch for me to sit on. You know,
for you.
When I like
for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
There's
the Schaefer couch.
There's that couch. What I'm adjusting to right now, my feet aren't touching the floor.
You can use your stand,
these new chairs, so I'm getting used to that a little bit. But
you feel like
Sipple changed chairs the other day, but didn't stand up. His ass never left one chair to the other. He tried to slide over like he was on a couch. It was the most awkward thing I've ever seen. Also, his seat just dropped, and it's like his chin was right on. He
fell down like a whole foot.
You couldn't even see him.
Was it the most awkward thing you've ever seen?
Really?
It's up there. It's up there.
Okay, Schaefer. Well, welcome.
It's good to know that I won't have the biggest chair mishap of the first week of the new studio.
No, it was a weird. Yeah, it was very dysfunctional.
Good luck topping
We've
that.
had some mishaps.
He fell down a foot.
Tuesday, Sip went the entire day with no headphones. Just hoping. No idea what anybody said. No idea. Just I don't know. He was just talking.
We had to bring back the old headset jacks because these ones hadn't worked properly. It's a work in progress. These things are very reliable, though.
Yeah.
These are wonderful headset jacks. By the way, the Mike Schaefer Hour on Thursday is sponsored by Bearshin Beer Garden in Benson. You been there recently at all, Schaefer?
I haven't been there recently. It is on my list of things to do. I haven't really been able to go up to Omaha and just hang out. So I hope to do that. And when I do that, I will be going to Bearshin because they have unbelievable beer on tap. Great German beer that they bring over. And, of course, they have local beer as well. And then, I want that pretzel and I want that Liberation Max. So that's great food. I mean, that's the beer gets me there. The ambiance is great, but the food is what keeps bringing me back.
The food
at Bearshin. Yep.
Very,
very
good
good
ambiance guy.
Yeah. Oh, you like the ambiance there?
You go into some place that's like the most incredible meal and drinks, whatever, and it's like you're eating like in Walmart lighting, just like it's like at a at a card table. I'm like, no, I'm not going in there.
No, he's a lighting guy.
I'm a big lighting guy.
Yeah.
They
have daylight lighting coming in through their front window as they sit on Benson, and then there's some of the canned lighting in the back, and so if you want to avoid that, you can be in the daylight, or you can go to the patio in the back. The patio is
a big, spacious patio.
Ambiance.
I'd say the example of perfect lighting I can come with off the top of my head is Misty's in Havelock.
Dark,
just dark. Perfect.
You let that steakhouse lighting where every table has its own kind of like slightly dimly lit lighting.
Yeah,
it's fun when you walk into a place and it's so dim, or when you walk out and the sun's still shining. You're about to get knocked. Whoa!
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's a great feeling.
It's a great feeling.
There's no windows at all inside.
It's a great feeling. You walk out and it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon,
and you're facing west,
facing the sun, and you're like, well,
man.
what just happened? You're
exactly.
It's a fun feeling.
It's like you're on an acid trip.
Yeah.
But no,
well, I've never done that, so I don't know what that is. So
man, I have not.
So
I haven't done it more than a few times.
None more recently than last week.
Havelock, Misty's Delight.
It's
perfect.
It's my number one place to eat.
Right.
If someone said we're going to where are we going to go to? What meal? Where are you going to go? It's Misty's, and it's Misty's Havelock.
That's because they were built in better times.
If someone says Misty's downtown, I'll take a swing at you. I'll take a swing. It's Misty's Havelock.
Havelock is the Misty's.
Aren't they like just down the street?
They're neighbors for us. But
I love it. But
don't offend our neighbors.
I go to Misty's Havelock.
Have you guys made nice with your neighbors here downtown?
Yeah,
we did pretty good till Heyman's last song.
We did pretty good till Heyman started making fun of Looking Back.
We made fun of Looking Back Texas.
Now we have a little.
Now we have a issue. We have a beef.
Come on, Rick.
We got a beef.
We got beef with Rick and Starter Heyman.
Yes,
never. Okay, Schaefer, welcome to the new studio again. So Nebraska's won a football game. They're
1-0. Look at that.
Since we moved in here, Nebraska's 1-0 in football. Maybe this is the good luck they need all along. We had to move downtown.
Yeah, I think credit goes to, at least on this show, goes to Bill Busch, who said all along that Nebraska was going to win pretty handily last week.
He did.
And
He
really
did say that.
Yeah. It was never as close as even 7-3 indicated it.
No,
was.
I guess
I made the first minute of the game.
I said 1 minute into the game, I said you knew there's no chance of losing this game. 1 minute in.
Yeah, the first minute of the game.
I mean, that's basically how it played out. So it was nice to see Nebraska come out and play well in some of the phases of football, especially defensively. I mean, I wondered if they wouldn't, the opponent changes, the motivation changes a little bit. I wondered if they wouldn't have a little bit of a letdown, and they definitely did not have that on defense.
Being back at home helped them. And the reason that Northern Illinois looked poor because Nebraska did so many good things.
Yeah.
That's also part of it. It wasn't just, they're really poor. So
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, they gave Boston College a game, and Boston College, I know Florida State was out several starters, but Boston College hung in that game.
Yeah.
And so
that's incredible.
Yeah.
The game I might watch 30 times is going to be Northern Illinois and Boston College, and just see how that happens.
Yeah.
You know who made sure they had fire was Heinrich Harburg.
Yeah.
He played with a lot of fire, and that first drive set the tone. But I thought Harburg was a tone setter.
I'm curious because I saw him in high school a few times,
Yeah, he did.
and you've seen him through the spring game and some practices. This was like the first real, truly competitive atmosphere you've seen him in.
Didn't know.
And how quickly were you like, okay, this guy loves what he's doing?
It seemed like
To me, it jumped off the page at high school, and he's just effortlessly dominating in some phases there. But like, I had no doubt that he was going to be a competitor from the moment he stepped on the field.
Well, I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what to expect. So naturally, I'm skeptical of everything. So I was a little skeptical. And I came out of it thinking way differently about Heinrich Haarberg than I did going in.
Yeah.
I mean, now I think that's a big raw bone dude. He's skilled.
Yep.
He was only in high school, he's only a 54.8% passer.
Can I talk about that real quickly?
Please.
The way he throws the ball, the power he can put on a throw, and see two wide receivers. When I went to his games, there was a handful of drops. Like, it wasn't like
just go through their hands.
His completion percentage wasn't like he was just erratically spraying the ball all over the field. I mean, you have to remember, he wasn't playing with a lot of guys that were going to go play football in their future careers.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, people get really locked in on the completion percentage thing.
Yeah.
And, if a guy is like 12 of 20, which is roughly, I think, where that's going to be about, I mean, a lot of that, one, he's only throwing 20 times a game because usually they're winning. Two, I mean, it's not like he was throwing to guys that were going to go play college football. So I think sometimes kids get hammered for completion percentage when the throws weren't necessarily that bad. It's who you're throwing to isn't necessarily going to help you with tough catches too.
C2.
That doesn't mean he can't obviously get better in that aspect, but I was kind of surprised by how much people wanted to talk about his high school completion percentage without talking about the fact that he was by far and away the only college player on the field of his team.
He also, I mean, I don't know why I went back and watched some of his high school film. He's really grown up.
Yeah.
He's kind of a little skinny guy. He had to eat 8,000 calories a day.
He's what, 225 now?
Yeah.
I could do that.
8,000.
I could eat 8,000 calories a day.
I would Bill too. I wouldn't look as good as Heinrich Haarberg.
I would not look like that. No, but I could do 8,000 a day. If I had to do it for, let's say, a year, I could do it.
But yeah, that picture looks
not
good.
even a challenge.
Not even a challenge. I could do that by noon.
Today.
That picture looked good. Now I don't know. Now what is the question? Now what?
I think you need both of those guys for the rest of the season, just based on Jeff Sims' injury history, the way that you probably have to play offense with this team right now. We haven't even talked about the running back situation, but I mean, your most dynamic player, regardless of who your quarterback is either Heinrich Haarberg or Jeff Sims, independent of the rest of the offense is going to have to rely on one of those guys, regardless which one is starting.
Yeah,
it's not like you have someone else that can just shoulder the load to take stuff off of the quarterback's plate. That's not what it is in 2023 for Nebraska.
This is going to be fun to watch. I don't know when I say now what at quarterback, I don't know what we're looking at.
Do we have any guess for Saturday? Because they say Jeff Sims got 50 to 55% of the reps on Tuesday in practice. Of course, Haarberg won the state's love for how he played on Saturday, and he's healthy.
Did he win the state's love?
He did. He won the state's love for the way he
Some
played.
of the people, I would say the message board for the first half was pretty unimpressed because of course it was
14-3 at halftime.
Because of course it was.
And then I think different little things in there, the way he just like lowered his shoulder and ran over that guy. I think he won people over with some of the toughness that came out of it for sure. But for me, this upcoming Saturday, whoever starts for you should be the guy that you plan to start against Michigan. Like, I don't,
there's a thought.
If you're not starting Jeff Sims because he's not healthy enough to go against Louisiana Tech, it seems borderline unfair to then stick him against Michigan with, no reps going into that game.
Agreed.
For 2 straight weeks. So I guess to me, whoever gets to start against Louisiana Tech, or I guess ultimately finishes it when you're, depending on how that gameplay goes, that should be the guy against Michigan too. And in my opinion, I don't know that that's how it's going to play out, but I don't think you're setting anyone up for success if Jeff Sims doesn't play against Louisiana Tech and you're like, oh, here's Michigan. You get this start.
You added common sense to the discussion, which I appreciate.
We need common sense once in a while here, right?
It should be. Now, what's the crowd reaction if they trot Sims out? I don't know how much
does it matter though.
Not necessarily.
They can't worry about that.
No,
they have to figure out if they think Jeff Sims is a guy that's going to give them the best chance to win 6 football games, which is the only number that really matters the rest of the season. 6 wins. If that's the guy, then you're putting him, and he's good to go against Louisiana Tech. You're putting him out there because he needs that game. He needs every rep he can to continue to get better, to continue to grow confidence, to continue to play with teammates that, again, he's only had 7.5 quarters with. Like, sometimes the way people talk about Jeff Sims, you would think that he'd been here for the 2-3 years prior. Like, he's still learning everything in front of him. You know, he'd been here since January. So I think personally, again, if you go with Jeff Sims, you don't care about the fan reaction, you don't worry about that. You're only worried about, can he do it on the field? And then you have to have a relatively quick hook if it does not going well. That's the bigger question to me, are they willing to move off of Jeff Sims in the game if it's not going well?
One thing I'd add, and I don't know if, Rule on the radio, was it Tuesday night he was on? Rule on statewide radio Tuesday night, said that Sims wasn't moving well in the pocket and wasn't, full, he didn't have his full range of movement.
On Tuesday at practice?
Yeah.
So
I almost thought, listening to that Rule was kind of setting it up like, okay, well, we have an out, he's not moving well. So now that can get better as the week progresses, though. I don't know who's going to play. I don't know who's going to start. I really don't.
Will we know until kickoff? Like Matt Rule speaks today.
They're not going to give that away.
He won't. He said, Jake, on Monday, Rule said on Monday, I'm not going to announce it publicly. Yeah. You're not going to know till game time, basically. Now, watch warm-ups. Maybe you'll be able to tell. I don't know.
I would think a fair assumption, though, is for Saturday that we're going to see both quarterbacks play. Right?
Yes.
It'd be stunning unless Sims is somehow not able to go. The injury, fires up again end of the week. It'd be stunning to me if he plays the whole game, especially with the fact Nebraska's a 22-point favorite. You're not going to see a quarterback play in a 48-7 game if that's the case. If Nebraska's up by 1 million, they're going to play all three quarterbacks. If it's tight,
I don't know about all three, but two. Maybe they get Chubba.
I would think they'd play Chubba.
They might get Chubba Wub.
They got to give him some reps.
Give
him some reps.
I don't know. I hate to hear us talk like they're going to win 48-7. That's another thing I thought about this morning. I hope they're not. This game, it seems like we, fan base, media, overlooking it. I hope they're not overlooking it.
I don't think you overlook anyone, but they did give up 560 to North Texas.
Well, I think this is the game.
1 and 2.
560?
560 yards.
If Nebraska's going to reach the high 40s or the 50s point total, this is the game in which they can do it. I think Louisiana Tech's already given up 40 points 3 times this year, given up over 450 yards 4 times this year.
Oh, boy. All 4 games they give up 450.
Well, they play 5. This will be their 5th game.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they're 2-2.
They have struggled defensively.
And their offense gives them no breaks because they go as fast as they can. So it could be a 12-second series.
And they have their own kind of quarterback thing going on there, too.
Yeah. So I most likely, like you said, there's going to be high success offensively.
Wow.
Very high success.
There's a chance of rain in this game for Nebraska.
That could play into it, too.
Could make it a little bit difficult.
Could make it a little difficult.
Probably more difficult for them, actually, offensively with what they do. It'd be more difficult.
So, in terms of, Nebraska, of course, loses 2 running backs. Gabe Ervin out for the season. Ramir Johnson out for the season as well. Anthony Grant is back to running the show, as Matt Rule said on Monday, which I think Nebraska fans are, they're fine with. Did he have the fumble in the first game? Yes, that was unfortunate. But we saw him play enough last year where it's like, you hate to lose guys to injury, but I feel like if you're someone who's watched the team play, that you're okay with Anthony Grant as the back. And the question is, how much do you trust Emmett Johnson and Quentin Ives to spell him if he needs a break?
Yeah, I don't know that trust is even a word that you can use with those guys yet, because we really haven't seen them in any kind of critical situation. So we'll find out pretty quickly what's behind Anthony Grant. I personally am completely fine with Anthony Grant being your starting running back. I thought that he was going to take that job back at some point this year anyways. I think if he hadn't fumbled against Minnesota, we would have seen him a lot against Colorado. So, if the ball security issues can be put to rest, then I think Anthony Grant as your number 1 running back, you can live with that. That's fine. He looked explosive at times against Northern Illinois. I know he only had a long of 11, but that also went for the touchdown, and that probably would have went for a lot further if it was a field condensed at that point.
Mm-hmm. I think, they got a starting running back. It's all about what they got behind him. I don't know. I don't know what they have.
Yeah, well, it's hard to know. Again, you're talking about Emmett Johnson was a guy that was kind of almost brought in as like, he's a good athlete, plays well up in Minnesota, could play defense, could play offense, could play special teams. I think Ron Brown was involved in that recruitment because that was after the staff was sort of let go.
He was absolutely heavily involved. That's right.
And so, everything about Emmett Johnson is just sort of curious anyways, because it wasn't like he was chosen by the running back coach that was previously there or the running back coach that is there now. I mean, it's kind of a unique situation. So when they were talking about him in the spring and sort of insinuating that they liked what they were getting from him, I was like, okay, I'm going to cross that guy off my mental list of definitely going into the transfer.
It's a huge discussion because the way it's a really important discussion because the way Nebraska wants to win is hammer running backs at defenses with, and take those body blows that Rule talks about and then lean on defense. It's the whole way they want to operate. Can they still operate that way? I mean, you took away 2 veteran running backs, one that was a legit hammer, 6 foot 225. And I think that's why they liked him.
Yeah.
Because he when he leans on you, you felt it. So in Grant, okay, I would say Grant is that way. Is Emmett Johnson that way? Is Quentin Hives that way? I'd say they're not power backs.
Yeah. And so I guess the question becomes, do you have to be careful how many carries you load up early for Anthony Grant because you're trying to get him all the way through the end of November
or the end of the game.
And I guess I don't know that you have that luxury right now when you're 1-2. You have to win every game that's in front of you. And so if that means Anthony Grant needs 30 carries against Illinois on a Friday night on a short week, then that means Anthony Grant needs 30 carries, So it's it's one of the things that you lost your sort of ability to be cautious in some ways. And so I think that you just have to play every game as aggressive as possible.
Huge injuries.
Yeah.
Gigantic.
Yeah. Well, it's really unfortunate for Gabe Ervin, who basically, has kind of been taken out of 2 seasons now.
Absolutely.
He hadn't even made October. And then he was injured, for portions of 2022 and ineffective and largely unused. So I worry about a guy like that. Like, have we seen maybe the best of Gabe Ervin at this point?
Possibly.
Like with the injury and everything else, what realistically is he part of the future? I don't know. And that's a tough thing. For a kid he's a great kid too.
Oh, I know he is. He is. I want to see what he looks like in his 9th year of college football.
Just like Cam McCormick at Miami. He wants the 9th season.
You want a Rocky Lombardi situation, but for Gabe Ervin?
We pointed out in the show earlier that 2 of the worst performances we've seen on offense were both by Rocky Lombardi here in Lincoln.
Yeah, well,
2018 Michigan State and 2023 Northern Illinois. Two of the absolute
worst. He has
worst
led 0 touchdown drives in his career at Memorial Stadium.
And he got a ball at the 5-yard line. He started a drive at Nebraska's 5 and could not lead them to
he got him back to the 11.
He fell down.
Is that when he fell down?
He just fell down.
He sacked
no
himself.
one's around him.
Oh, man.
The man sacked himself.
He got spooked. Someone scared him.
Polar bear
got there.
Polar bear growled, and that got him. He heard the growl.
If you have any questions for Mike Schaefer, please text 402-464-5685. When we come back, Bill's Thrills.
Oh, God. We're
cool
doing
parenting tips, I believe, today.
It wasn't on the rundown.
It is on the rundown. That's next on Early Break.
It wasn't on the rundown yesterday.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
When you think of places with tons of great beer selections and amazing food menu in Omaha, the conversation should start and end with Berschen Beer Garden in Benson. With more than 30 beers on tap, including several German options, you're sure to find something you like. And don't forget their Nashville hot chicken sandwich or any of their delicious hamburgers. Start off with the warm house-made pretzels and you're on to a great day at Berschen Beer Garden in the heart of Benson in Omaha.
It's football season, and that means coaches everywhere are busy making game plans. I'm Matt Knipe with Liberty Law Group. Teams make game plans because no two opponents are the same. At Liberty Law, we understand that no two cases are the same. Whether facing a DUI, criminal charge, or you were injured and it wasn't your fault, we tailor our legal game plan to meet your unique needs. We are relentless trial attorneys serving all of Nebraska. To learn more, go to libertylawnebraska.com. That's libertylawnebraska.com.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in September. Try their new pizza bagel with pepperoni and fresh mozzarella grilled on a sun-dried tomato bagel. And try their Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Great Plains Trail Network. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe. Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With Gold Class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered. Whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium, get a free online quote at eusticebodyshop.com and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. And there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Accelerate your financial journey. With Kasasa Cash, experience the thrill of earning more with each transaction or the freedom to withdraw your cash from any ATM nationwide. Not to mention, no monthly service fees. It's the power of earning up to 5.5% APY on your Kasasa Cash with Liberty First Credit Union. Earn rewards beginning at a penny, continuing up to $40,000. Visit libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Account qualifications apply.
Acres, your John Deere dealer, is offering hot financing on all new compact tractors. For a limited time, get 0% interest for 84 months when you buy any new John Deere compact tractor. And with a variety of attachments, you'll make quick work of chores around your acreage. From mowing to grading and moving large loads, Acres has a John Deere tractor to handle your toughest projects. Don't delay. Visit your local Acres store to take advantage of this great offer. Acres, solutions for every field. Offer expires September 30th, 2023, subject to approved credit with John Deere Financial.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action. The Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Anybody who knows me knows I was cocky out of the womb.
Is Early Break with Sip and Chick, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here on Early Break, live from 1040 O Street, 11th and O, the corner you can find us at. The Mill Coffee is being brewed. It's delicious.
We had an illuminary.
We had a
come
guest.
to the
We
door.
had a guest up. Who was that?
That
Sep?
was John Mabry, who was the sports editor at the Journal-Star until 2007. And one of the most talented. I'm not joking around here. He's one of the most talented individuals I've ever been around. Kind of has a Bob Newhart way about him.
Bob Newhart. Incredible.
I knew you'd like that.
Okay, you made that.
Did you
John
see
just
that?
elevated.
Did you see it?
No.
Yeah, it was like Bob Newhart was here.
Yeah.
If you were going to explain what a Bob Newhart way is to people in their 30s that might be over here or your listeners that are younger than that.
Low key funny.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Low key humor.
Hilarious without just dry.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Just
Super dry. John's super dry. I mean, it was the only thing that was hard about working with John was he's so dry. Sometimes you didn't know if he was joking around or not.
Yeah.
That was part of the charm.
So that's my preferred sense of humor too.
Yeah, I know it is.
I like that.
I know it is. Anyway, John Mabry in the house.
Awesome. He's getting some coffee and
he got some coffee at the mill.
there. Yeah. You can do the same. Stop by. Come see us. Come say hello. We like guests here. So
they have that crumb cake sitting out. It's a trap. I mean, me and Bill are gonna get fired.
Just rifling through stuff back there.
No felonies.
Also, wants to me in the back, just firing up the oven.
What do you guys want?
What do you guys need back there?
If I grab a piece of crumb cake, that's not a felony. I don't think
it's not a felony.
You
They're
never
gonna
know.
frown upon it.
It's not felonious.
Yes,
It's not felonious.
And you know where they're going to see it because we're on Big Brother here.
Everything's on camera.
Every room's on camera.
We're joking that he's gonna go to the bathroom. He's on camera.
Every room.
I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna be on camera.
It's like
you guys follow me here too. Get out of here.
We have a whole TV crew following us around.
Basically, is the Truman Show in real life.
Yes.
Anywho,
let's get to Bill's Thrills on a Thursday. Here we go.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom
Yes.
bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
is
We
it gonna be
need
a
it.
bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent it to you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisor.
Yesterday, Bill was not here, so me and Sip did a tribute to Bill's Thrills. We said, what's our favorite moment?
Like I was dead.
Like he was dead.
Wow.
We made it very clear that Bill was not dead.
That's
but
good.
he was gone. So today, Bill is back. And so
Lazarus,
it is
if you will.
time. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs of Lincoln. Bill, the floor is yours on Bill's Thrills on
thank
this
you.
fine Thursday.
I got to thinking the other day about just the stress level that I had because this time of year is parent-teachers conference.
Oh, yeah.
And the stress level I had when my parents left. And I just knew it's like this is not good. I would sit at home like, oh God. I was like,
look at
God. I would stay away from home.
Stay away from. It was bad.
Nice to know this was a
Bad.
universal feeling.
Yes,
for
it was.
everyone.
Yes, it was like this is the report is not going to be good coming back. You know, one of the times it happened like that they had to come in. They got called in separately to see the principal at Thurston Elementary. That's where I went to elementary school, and they're like, "Bill is an incredible leader." I'm like, thank you. He's leading everyone in the wrong direction. That was direct quote from Monty Miller, the principal at Thurston High School.
Come on.
Direct. Yes. So we're going to talk about the triple key to parenting. The triple key to parenting.
Triple key.
All you should want to hear about your child at parent-teachers conference. And that is that your kid is kind, has character, and is a character. Those three things.
Okay.
Those three things like that. The last is a blast. He's a character. I bet people say, how about simple? He's a character.
He's a character.
So the last one led me to, as I was driving yesterday, the last characteristic led me to where it got really dicey on one Sunday morning. Subplots, we're heading to Waterbury. I'm in young college time. We're heading to Waterbury on gravel roads to the Buzzsaw Bar. Buzzsaw in Waterbury, Nebraska.
How old are you?
Probably 20, something like that.
Okay, not 12.
Underage. Underage.
Yeah.
Underage. Right, the heading there. Matt Buwaltz is driving. We're in his Mercury Marquis. Bench seats. There's 11 of us in there, seated completely comfortable. It was incredible. It's so comfortable. It was incredible. It had a 454 in it. 454 AM radio.
So, I mean, you get to it. So we go to the buzzsaw, have an incredible time. Then the band is playing is at an old school that no longer is functional, but that's where the band is at. So it was an incredible time. Kegs in each corner. Had my cousin Jody Shipwright with us. Jody traveled with us, had an unbelievable time. On the way home, Matt was driving down the middle of the road. The car came towards him. He never moved off the middle of the road, ran him right off the road. And we're like, Matt, you ran a guy off the road into a snowbank. No, I didn't. First time we get into Penn, make one first guy stops us. You ran a guy off the road. We stopped and got him out. It was an incredible night.
Oh my God.
So my cousin reports this to her parents, my aunt and uncle, and grandparents next day, like, this is what we did, blah, blah, had a great time.
Okay.
Thus insinuated a phone call. So it's Sunday morning, phone rings. My mom answers, goes to my dad, covers the mic. It's Dorothy Cruzmark, president of the school board.
Uh-oh.
Call it that. So now I got kind of the stink eye, kind of the one eye open, like I'm on the couch, like, what's going on here? What's going on here? So he gets the call. And all I can hear my dad is say, yes. At what time? Thank you. He is just very calm like that, goes through all the details. Then he comes to me and he goes, sit up, please. He goes, I'm only going to ask you this one time.
No.
Did you take my keys to the school, have a live band, and have beer flowing like water in kegs in the gym last night? And I'm like, oh my God, no. We were in Waterbury. So my cousin had told him, and they called the school president because she thought that I had taken the keys, got the band down to the Pender High School, and the bet part, like Brett Wall says, the great part about being a character was that my dad thought it was plausible. He never not once on the phone call did he say, that couldn't be, Bill wouldn't do that. That didn't happen. Never happened one time. Never happened one time. Because he knew as he's listening to this, like, there's a great chance this happened. There is a great chance that last night in our school gym, we had kegs of beer and a live band.
Very plausible.
Very plausible that happened. So again, sometimes when you come home from parent-teacher conferences, be happy that your kid's a character. It's a lot more fun. Be kind, have character, be a character.
That was a incredible edition of Bill's Thrills.
Yes.
I could see everything play out. I could see the middle of the road driving. I could see Ron on the phone.
Sit up, please.
Because you were laying down.
I was laying down. I had the one eye open.
Oh, I like the little, the one eye open,
the stink eye. The stink eye. Yeah. And I knew, I'm just like, sit up, please.
Sit up, please.
I'm in trouble.
I'm in trouble. Anytime the president of the school board calls, like that. Yep. And then it's plausible because I took my dad's keys a lot to go to the school. I go shoot hoops. I had the keys.
I'm going to ask this one time.
That's what Brett Wall said to me right away. He goes, here's the best part of the whole story was that he had to ask you.
Did you take my keys, have a band, beer flowing like crazy?
Kegs in each corner.
You were exonerated completely, though.
I was exonerated.
Completely.
Yes. And the buzz.
Your whereabouts were documented.
It was documented. But the Buzzsaw Bar in Waterbury was incredible.
You caught it. I mean,
we had 11 people. I confirmed it last night. I texted. He goes, yeah, 11 people. Like that, and comfortably. Four up front. Yeah, it comfortably. Didn't bother one bit.
What kind of car was that?
So
Mercury Marquis.
Oh, yeah.
As you were telling this story, I anticipated the phone call was going to be the person that had to go into the bank.
No.
What's the
it was the president of the school board. Yeah. That's who it was. Totally plausible.
Wow. Dang, those parent-teacher conference days.
They were scary.
I remember Schaefer. Now, Schaefer might be a little young for this. I would go to the Y, and I would leave the house, I mean, for school. Then I wouldn't go home, and I might not come home till 10 just to avoid the whole. Yeah. It was just avoidance.
Yeah.
And hope nobody, like my mom maybe wouldn't even see me.
Yeah. And then they say forget about it. There's never there was never a time Bill's brilliant.
Yeah.
No, never came.
I wasn't going to ask. There's no way I was going to. Hey,
like I said, they got called. It wasn't even a parent teachers conference when they got called to the Thurston school. They got called in privately
for a reason.
For leadership.
The review you have of your parents, for me, it was a total there was no good cop. It was just my mom was bad cop, just upset about everything.
Yeah.
And my dad's just sort of standing there and doesn't really say anything because in the back of his mind, he knows, oh, well, he's getting better grades than I did. He's not getting in trouble like I. So every time, my mom would yell at me, leaves the room. I look at my dad. He's like, What am I going to do?
Yeah.
She's on one. You're on your own.
I never got in
I
trouble.
hated
I
it.
just was worried I was going to get in trouble. I never got in trouble. I mean,
I passed.
I was
That boy,
informed
Bill.
routinely that I was not living up to my potential.
That was
every parent-teacher
Routinely.
conference. It was, your teachers seem to like you, but you're just not living up to your potential.
That's my whole
That's
life.
great.
Were you a character then, like Bill?
I don't know. I don't really think so, but
I love that phone call.
Embrace the character. Embrace it.
Embrace the character.
I should have been more.
Characters
of a
have had way more success in life.
That's true.
Characters had ways. Anything from the text line, Jake?
Let me check the text line, Bill. I haven't checked it for a while.
Yes. What time?
Nate in Dorchester says Bill's thrills never ceases to amaze. Let's see. If someone says if you look at the dictionary under character, there's a picture of Bill. That's from Jay. I think that's from Jay
true.
Kaiser.
So Jay Kaiser
right there.
Jay's been to Waterbury.
Really?
Oh, he's been to Waterbury.
Uh,
And it's gravel roads to get to it.
The big question has been: so who did throw the party?
Yeah,
at
people want you
school?
to out the.
No, it wasn't. It was the school was closed down, so it was like the town threw it.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was like the school was no longer. But I mean, you know how cool it is to go to like a dance where they're serving, they have a live band and alcohol, and you're at a school gym.
Yeah.
And say, but you're all.
I can't say that I know this
but
feeling.
it's incredible feeling is what it is. Yeah,
It's all
and
kosher.
think this: they're on a stage. So this would have been about 1985.
Well, what a
They're
year.
on a stage, and the school probably got
was
shut.
locked in still.
The school was shut down probably in the 60s, but it still had their whole setup right there.
Mm.
Oh, it was incredible.
I had to look up
Better
Waterbury
times.
because I did not know.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what you were looking. I was wondering.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I had no idea.
Just north of Emerson.
Okay.
North.
Well, now I'm
there
going to
it
have
is.
to look up Emerson.
North of Emerson.
From the text line, someone says, coming from a small town, I had teachers who taught my parents and mom. My mom was on the school board, so I couldn't get away with anything at all.
Yeah.
Oh God, that would be
That would stink.
horrifying.
Not easy.
Dave in Fullerton says, my dad was my principal. Not
That'd be
good.
Not
horrifying.
good.
Not
That'd be
good.
horrifying.
I go to another school.
Yeah.
Dad, can I transfer somewhere else? Can we move, please? You can stay where you're at, but I'm going elsewhere.
Yeah.
All right, that's a wonderful edition of Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Dirk Scott and Ty
I'm just
at
glad we
Mid
got it.
Plains
Yeah.
Advisors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm glad we
it was
did
on
it
the
'cause it wasn't
rundown.
on the rundown yesterday.
It was on the
The
principal
second
rundown.
rundown. Yeah.
Yeah, we can make fixes here.
Just
All
glad
right.
Bill's here at all. I mean,
I asked last night, should I come in?
Yeah.
Can you imagine Jake just wants to take this out of the show?
I don't
never,
know.
never.
We have sponsors too.
I know.
And it's like
Just making unilateral
Sometimes I
decisions.
need to have reminders.
we have the Lincoln ATMs
Yeah.
busting their
Mid-
butt out there.
Dirk Scott and Ty at Mid
Unbelievable.
Plains
Making
Advisors
money.
are trying to help people out.
unilateral.
Let's play the game show. Sip is now 8-7 since the reset, so above 500. But he's got Schaefer today. Unless you want Bill.
Come on,
What do you
Schaefer.
want today for your
Schaefer,
lifeline?
it's usually Schaefer. Bill's on the Bill. Yeah, he's been a spotty coordinator for me. Bill,
He
you've
made
been
some good
spotty.
play calls though.
No, you got a couple. You got to.
All right, today's topic on Thursday here is Nebraska is playing Louisiana Tech this Saturday.
Yes.
They played them in 1998 also. It didn't go well. Nebraska won the game, but they gave 400.
Didn't go well. They won.
Troy Edwards had 400 plus yards.
One
this season.
receiver had 405.
That's amazing.
Well,
So
That's hard.
because of
That's a
that,
lot.
we'll do 1998 Nebraska football
Okay.
trivia.
Okay.
The same year they beat La Tech here.
Frank's first year.
Frank's first year.
Yeah.
464-5685. Shut up, Sipple starts right now.
We've all been
A
there.
lot of tunnel screens.
You're listening to the
You're
radio,
welcome.
and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Takedown Sip and Trivia. Can he stay above 500 is the question today. You are at 1.8-5, 2 losses in a row. You got Schaefer. Schaefer, how do you feel about 1998 Nebraska?
We're going to win.
Oh wow.
We're going to win.
Wow.
He's calling a shot right now.
We're all right.
I'm out now.
Sybil
You
is
guys are- I'm
relatively locked in, I'm sure.
I was
Yeah,
pretty.
You guys should kill this. This should be layup.
All right, we've got John. John, how do you feel about 1998 Nebraska football? Are you there, John? Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm right here.
Okay. All right. Schaefer, a lifeline for Sip, as always.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, the audio gets high on this
You're
phone.
fine. You're fine.
Okay. First question goes to you, John. John, who led Nebraska in rushing yards in 1998 with 799 yards?
It's hard.
You got it?
Dan Alexander?
Who?
He was on the team. It was not Dan.
A very good guess.
It was a good guess. It was not right.
Do you know this, Shafe?
I don't have it off the top of my head, no. And there's probably like 5 different possible answers.
Okay, all those years are starting to get muddied up in my brain, which is unfortunate. But I'm going to go Correll Buckhalter.
Sorry.
Look at that.
That's correct. Correct. That is correct. Correll Buckhalter.
How about that?
I thought of that. This time I'm coaching at New Mexico State, so I'm not not involved.
You're half a world away.
Half a world away.
All right, Sip, you're up 1-0. Schaefer's still in play. You're looking good. First question.
Looking good.
3 quarterbacks attempted at least 25 passes in 1998. Eric Crouch and Bobby Newcomb were 2. Who was the third quarterback?
Good God.
3 quarterbacks attempted at least 25
I got
passes.
it. I got it, Shafe. Monte Cristo.
Monte Cristo.
What a
is
great
correct.
name.
It is a great name.
That's
an awesome name.
That's probably the best named quarterback ever at Nebraska.
And now the year's coming back to me.
Yeah.
Cristo played out at Cal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, to stay alive, you're down 2-0, John. Last question. Who was Nebraska's place kicker in 1998? He was 47 of 48 on extra points and 14 of 21 on field goals. That's your stats for this place kicker. 5 seconds here, John. Chris Brown is the guest, and that is correct.
You nailed it.
That was the first one that I had.
Yeah.
Chris Brown is right.
Okay. So he's alive. Shafe. I still got Shafe in my
do,
pocket.
and you're up 2-1. You look good
Yeah.
here. So if you
Thanks.
miss this, John can still go to the tiebreaker. Last question. Who led Nebraska in 1998 in both receptions and receiving yards?
It's really hard. That's really hard. Schaefer,
This game's getting interesting.
I believe the
It's
number
getting
was
dicey.
32 receptions for 398
Well,
yards.
I have
so
a
not very
guess
much.
then. I have a guess.
I don't have a specific name for you. So.
We have to do something
Right,
here.
yeah.
So I'm going to say Tracy Wistrom.
We're going to overtime.
No,
aren't we?
we're not. Unless
Sorry.
John's got to get it right to go to overtime. John, you got to go for this. Who was the receiver that led Nebraska in receptions and receiving yards in 1998?
Lance Brown.
Good guess. I like the guess.
What was your guess, Bill?
I didn't have a guess. No.
That'd be Matt Davison.
Yeah, I wondered.
Matt
There was a year where he led the team, and I wondered if it was 98 or
This
97.
is going to kill me.
We've had here in studio with us,
Yeah.
at the old studio.
Ouch. I'm embarrassed I didn't get that. by the
So,
way.
John, we'll get you a bag on a coffee. Thanks for calling in and calling down the road. Nice try today.
Thank you.
All right. So there you go. That's a win for you. 9-7 now, the record. Zip, 9-7.
I mean, I feel good about the win. I'll tell you that.
You should take
I
the
do.
win.
Take
Always
the
feel
win.
good
Just
about
take
wins.
wins.
I feel good about
Stack wins.
Always feel good about wins.
Absolutely.
Jake, that was well done by you. I want to give you
Very
credit
nice.
for that.
Thank you. Okay.
What?
Well, okay. Who wants tiebreaker here?
But let's skip Bill and
Bill, this is for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bill is very good at tiebreakers all the time.
Stop with the compliments,
It's
please.
just true.
And
My
picks.
God.
And picks. And
Okay,
It's
Bill.
okay.
Rutgers.
Bill.
Tourette's.
Bill, here's your question.
The
Bill.
ticket.
Bill, how many passing touchdowns did Nebraska have in 1998?
$14.
Schaefer, over under.
I would go under that.
7. They had 7 passing touchdowns. Eric Crouch had 4.
My guess was 11,
Bobby
actually.
Newcomb had 1.
So I wasn't even that
And
close.
Monte Cristo had 2. They had 7 passing touchdowns.
I
And
figured it's some. I go, okay, I got one a game. I was thinking.
Yep.
That's kind of my math. That's how I worked my math in my head. But I was way off.
Hey, there's nobody in this room right now that could verify if I was correct about. I think Monte Cristo played at Cal.
I cannot
I
confirm
think
that.
he
I don't know.
entered that game in a prominent way, if not started.
I mean, we could certainly look it up in 3
Yeah.
seconds.
Research that
I
one.
usually have a media guide with me, but I didn't.
It's on the
bring
World
it.
Wide Web.
It is on the World Wide Web.
Oh.
You can do that. When we come back, the spillover on early break on the ticket.
Awesome.
Gosh.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
When you think of places with with tons of great beer selections and amazing food menu in Omaha, the conversation should start and end with Busch Beer Garden in Benson. With more than 30 beers on tap, including several German options, you're sure to find something you like. And don't forget their Nashville hot chicken sandwich or any of their delicious hamburgers. Start off with the warm house-made pretzels and you're on to a great day at Busch Beer Garden in the heart of Benson in Omaha.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at MidwestBank.com. Member FDIC.
Acres, your John Deere dealer, is offering hot financing on all new compact tractors. For a limited time, get 0% interest for 84 months when you buy any new John Deere compact tractor. And with a variety of attachments, you'll make quick work of chores around your acreage. From mowing to grading and moving large loads, Acres has a John Deere tractor to handle your toughest projects. Don't delay. Visit your local Acres store to take advantage of this great offer. Acres, solutions for every field. Offer expires September 30th, 2023, subject to approved credit with John Deere Financial.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. But there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-9462.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
LES is hosting an EV Ride and Drive event at Haymarket Park on Sunday, September 24th.
Attendees can sign up to test drive a variety of electric vehicles. Visit lds.com/drive to learn more.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see areas of fog this morning, otherwise probably sunny skies, and then a chance of showers and storms later in the day. See a high of around 84. Tonight, showers and storms are likely with the low of around 63. And tomorrow, more showers and storms likely in the forecast with a high of around 81. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover. Raph is here. AD is out today, sponsored by South Point Medical and Aesthetics. Raph, good to see you.
Good morning. God, it's good to have Raph here.
Hey. Schaefer told me some unfortunate news during the break. If you like fall weather for football games, this is early now. This is still 9 days away. The forecast for Michigan next week, September 30th, way late in the month, 92 degrees apparently.
You set that up like somebody died, Jake.
He did. I there was like 8 ACL injuries in practice yesterday or something. And it's just about the temperature, which is 9 days away. If it was 92. Yeah.
I'm not excited about it, but I do agree that Jake kind of built it into a little more than
It's not as bad as you think.
Yeah.
But it still
You know
stinks.
what's great?
What?
Highland chocolate milk.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
During
Right
the
there.
break, we had a special guest.
Who were
Two
these
special
guests?
guests came by.
Who are these guests of ours?
Managers from Highland came by and visited with us. We have all their information that Josh has. They brought a whole case of chocolate milk. Remember, I base my happiness on three things: family, TVs, and chocolate milk. Those are the three things I base my happiness on. Large garage TVs, especially.
And you've had 3 of those things today. You had
What's that?
family this morning. You had
Yes.
TV and milk. You're good to go.
My day's done.
Day's complete.
My day's
Why
done.
is that
I'm
woman
done,
walking
Brad.
down the middle of the street? By
What's
the way,
that?
why is that woman walking down?
Yeah,
the
she's
street?
right in the middle of the
I was
street.
trying to figure that out too.
Nah, she's just walking to her
can't see
car.
her.
I thought
Walking
she
to
was
her
like
car.
going to hail a cab, and then I realized that there are no cabs.
She's got high heels on. Looks very uncomfortable.
Nah, she's walking to her car. Walking
Is
to her
it?
car. Yep.
Can you
Looks
still?
like she has a large Chick-fil-A
But there's a
bag.
sidewalk for that.
Looks like a large Chick-fil-A
Well,
bag.
I
in
think
her
she
hand.
just wanted to be on the driver's side there. She's loading up right now, so all's good.
Yeah, I can't see. So Raph is the play-by-play for me on this because I'm cut off by the
You're
wall.
cut off.
I couldn't see
I
it at
think
all.
maybe also, Raph, what she could have done was just put the stuff on the other side, the other door.
That was kind of what I was saying. Because then you're not in the
safe.
street.
Then got in the street. Exactly.
Would that be safe? No.
Because right now the door is open. There's a chance they could just
That
get
could be-
ripped
yeah,
off
that could
by,
get taken off in
by
a
the
second.
textile truck that's driving by.
Yeah, we were at 1040 O Street.
We've got a good view of O Street.
There's
here.
a lot of
The
panic
amusement
going on.
factor of just the outside is going to be incredible for this show alone.
I think
We get
It has been. We've had a
for
lot of
us,
trucks
I don't know
drive
about
by.
the listeners.
She's got both doors open right
Just
now.
both doors open. This is a
This could
nightmare.
be a double
This
flipper.
could be a double. Please just get in your car, man. I'm begging you to please get in your car because this is not safe.
On the first day we were here, we saw a truck that had a porta potty at the very end of it.
Yes.
We've
Strapped to
had,
it.
yeah, it was, and Sip didn't see it.
Sip didn't see it.
He saw something.
The side dump.
He
Side
saw
dump.
the side
the
dump.
side
Me and
dump.
Bill, like, what about the car with the porta potty strapped
Oh,
to the back of it?
this is getting better. Now our friends there. Now they're both hugging out in the middle of this. Oh my!
They're in the middle of O Street. All doors are open.
We can't even see this, Schaefer.
Yeah,
Me and
we're-
Schaefer are blind.
This
We're
is
just
this
out.
is this is great, girl.
This is
move
one of those
over.
videos where if all of a sudden, like I said, this gets clipped and they take both doors off this car. She's got a box that's like donuts now. Okay, she's getting in the car. Please look safe. Please, God. Why, God, why? Why would she do this? Why, God, why? Still her doors open.
I put
Still
up,
doors
I put up
open
the
on O
window
Street.
cam. We can't
Door
see
shut.
it here. We
Door
can't-
shut.
Yeah.
We all look safe.
You need a little scan to the right.
I can't do that. But
Yeah.
you know what would be amazing?
The trash cans are not providing the same entertainment.
The whole thing.
Are they talking about us?
Or someone's going to say, hold it. Were you on O Street this morning? What time?
The double doors open. What are you
Do you
doing?
have a
You
large
crazy.
Chick-fil-A bag?
Schaefer, you can still hail a cab.
In Lincoln?
Not in Lincoln, I don't think.
Well, yeah, no, I know that cabs exist elsewhere in society.
In society.
Big cities.
I didn't think cabs had died.
Well, they're largely
Yeah, they're not
become a
here.
little
In
more
Lincoln, they're just
It's
non-existent.
Uber. It's just Uber here and
Yeah.
Lyft. Uber and Lyft. in this
The
town.
happy cab company is no. I don't know if they're no longer, but you just don't
Well,
see.
you got there's another one that's Z-Trip.
Yeah.
Z-Trip.
Z-Trip exists. That's kind of a but they have they have an app too. It's not really, you can't just, hey, over here, pick me up.
Okay.
They don't have that.
Is New York City, if you're in Manhattan, is there still bumper to bumper yellow cabs?
I would think so.
I haven't been to New York City for a couple
2019
years.
for me.
A couple
So,
years.
yeah,
So
it's been a bit.
what that's like there now.
Chicago, there's still plenty of cabs.
Is there?
Big cities.
It's a great time.
By the way, on the text line, Sanderson is with us. He says, back to your gift during the break, the gift that we all got.
Chocolate milk?
A crate of chocolate milk.
It was a gift.
Sanderson says the Highland chocolate milk is the king.
It
of
is.
chocolate
There's
milk.
no doubt about it. It is the king. It's the only one I buy.
I don't eat. Is there other sorts of chocolate milk?
You got. There's several brands, but there's nothing like Highland.
Highland's the best.
There's other brands.
It's incredible.
I'm unaware.
If anyone else drinks any Highland chocolate milk tea, please text it in. I'd like to see a photo. I'd like to see it. Also, she just backed into someone, pretty sure. Raph.
No,
she just
did she
backed.
hit
It looks at it.
Did she?
It looks like she backed into. It looks like she backed into her friend.
Oh, come on!
She
I
did.
had no view of this.
I don't know if she did. I think it had to be a credit
Minnesota.
card. It had to be a credit card
a mess.
difference. So that yes.
I can see. Here she comes. She's in the
She's a
silver
mess.
Right
car.
here, this
coming
car
up
right
here.
here.
I'm gonna get it on the view here.
So if anybody knows this lady, I'd like to know.
Look at she's
If you're watching the camera, that silver car
just
right
ate a
there.
donut.
That's the one.
Yep.
There she goes. He or she.
She was a mess.
Yeah. Yes,
I
on
thought she
camera
hit
now.
the car. Did you, Raph? I thought she did.
It was amazing. You just watched her walk right into your viewpoint here, and she's going right down O Street in the street.
In the street.
For no reason.
Hauling a bunch of stuff. Just all it's like
She looked like someone trying
Raph
to get
was
through
right.
the
You
airport.
are on the driver's side, which you eventually have to go to. But my 99% of the people will be like, I'm going to go on the sidewalk. I'm going to load my vehicle. Then I'm going to walk around. But nope. And then left both doors open for minimum of 90 seconds.
There's very ample sidewalk.
I mean, it's right there in the name.
It's
It's right
correct.
there.
Ample.
The sidewalk.
It's the sidewalk. And it's not a
right
small
there.
one.
No, it's
like
ample.
Sipple said, and it's clear.
There's nobody on.
There's no one on it. No one on. But she chose the street.
Yeah.
Chose the street. If anyone can find out this lady's name, we're not mad at her. It's an epic morning because
We're
of
sort
her.
of fascinated.
We're fascinated.
We're intrigued.
What a moment.
Yes.
Oh,
Someone says on the text line, as someone who loves people watching, this is pure gold right now.
It was unbelievable. It was like that. Thank God we caught it. Raph caught it first. It's unbelievable.
Good
job by
job,
Raph. It's unbelievable. That's
Good
why
job,
he's here.
Raph.
That's why he's here.
Raph's on Street Patrol.
The old
Street
Eagle Eye.
Patrol here.
The old
Yeah.
double clipper.
Yes.
Clipper.
I didn't want. You don't want anybody to get hurt. Was that bad that there's part of me wanting to see both doors get ripped off by a semi?
The doors, yes. The purple one.
Exactly. I said no one's hurt.
No.
I said because that was one of those things that you see them all the time. You can just Google it. Just people open their door and just someone drives by and just rips it right off. It's hard to explain driving to work right now with both your doors off your car.
Whoops. We saw that.
Why God why?
Before we get out of here, we do
Yes,
have a
Jake.
serious question
Oh,
for
God.
Schaefer. I know we spill over
Oh,
some fun,
God.
but we do take some serious stuff once in a while. There was a commitment last night
Yes,
in Nebraska.
Get to
that's
that.
a- that's a big
Also,
thing.
There's also some questions about why Nebraska has not offered Anthony Rezach from Omaha West. Can you address both of those things before we go?
Yeah, I talked with Anthony, and I think the interesting thing is I don't know that Nebraska views him necessarily as a quarterback. He wants to play quarterback at the next level. He's been talking mostly Kansas, I think, about that, and then Ivy League schools. And so I think he's still kind of waiting for the opportunity to play quarterback. And again, that's sort of where his mindset's at. But he had a good visit with Nebraska, spent time with Omar Hales, who's in the recruiting department, and spent some time, obviously, walking around with Caleb Benning and getting the tour there, too. So I think there's some interest. I think the hard thing from the Nebraska perspective, you're not going to take him as a quarterback where you're going to have him play.
Mm-hmm.
And so that would probably be why the offer hasn't necessarily come at this point. We'll see kind of where that goes. And then JD Crisp, I don't know a ton about him. I know he's a good athlete. He flew a little bit under the radar. He is a baseball player as well. And listening to Bruntz talk about it, probably a better baseball player at this point than football player.
Okay.
And so sounds like he's coming to Nebraska to do both. And that'll be sort of an interesting thing to watch. I don't know a lot about him. At the time that he committed was sort of right during the end of the school day and football practice. So I haven't had a chance to catch up with him. But I do know that Nebraska has been sort of watching him for a while. And then his first handful of high school games kind of led them to just wanting to make this offer. I mean, they're the only school I think that has offered at the FBS level. So again, another one of these things where they're very confident in their evaluation for a guy like JD Chris.
Thank you, Shay.
When you have a player that wants to play a position, they have to be all in on playing another position. Otherwise, it's not a great matchup.
Yeah.
That's just the way life works. Sometimes, especially at the quarterback spot. There's
Yeah,
just not
and
unlimited.
Anthony,
And he might
wants
be
that,
a great quarterback. All those things. I'm just saying, when you're recruiting someone,
Mhm.
and it's like, well, I love we had that conversation, in the behind the scenes where it's like, this quarterback, we can probably move him someplace else. Everybody else is like, really? I don't really. I want him as a DB, but he doesn't want to play DB. You better have somebody that's like, I'm all in for this position to be able to do that. 'Cause you have to convince him every day to go play your position that he doesn't really want to play. That's not
football's
that's
too hard.
not correct. And then also be true to yourself. Also, if that's what you want to do, and the opportunity is someplace else, that's okay.
Yep,
that's also okay. Would have that happen too. But that's a hard situation. So I understand if that's what we're. I say we're saying no one's on the inside at Nebraska recruiting, but if that's what's going on, it makes sense. It really does.
Anything less on the tackle from California, Baker, and then Grant Bricks before we go?
Yeah, Baker, I don't remember what exact day his decision. It's coming up here soon. He had a great visit, another good visit to Nebraska. I just feel like Nebraska is running second or third behind Ohio State and Texas, and so I just don't know that they're going to make up the difference there. And nobody wants to hear this, but part of it to me feels like if you're Nebraska, you're just kind of hanging in there. If he does end up transferring someday, you can call this back up that he had a good time in Lincoln, and you try to bring him back out for that. And then Grant Bricks, that situation's fascinating. He's the Iowa offensive lineman. He has not made a decision. He was supposed to go down to Oklahoma. I don't think that visit has occurred, the unofficial visit there. Wouldn't be at all surprised to see him pop up at a Nebraska game here in the next few weeks. I think he's going to take this decision probably down to the wire, or he's already made it and he's just not telling anyone, which would also be a possibility, knowing Grant a little bit.
There we go. There's a recruiting update with Mike Schaefer. That will do it for us. The Drive with Raf and AD is next. For Steve Sipple and Bill Busch and Mike Schaefer, I'm Jake Sorensen. See ya.
We honestly need to have a fall aeration by Judson Irrigation will help maintain your lawn by maximizing the effectiveness of your watering and fertilization. Judson will flag the locations of your sprinkler heads, followed by a deep core aeration to give your lawn the breath of fresh air it needs. Schedule your aeration today. Your lawn will love you for it.
Let us aerate today to ensure a healthy head start for your lawn next spring. Go to Judson Irrigation.